It's to you. Kev Gills, I got you on me. Yeah, man. Welcome to the You Have a Seat. The only professor applying pressure when he teach. Big cloud in these YouTube streets. I cheat like Wiz Khalid. Call it in if you gon' speak. Press 1 when you checking in. I got the merch, cop a coffee, a good shirt. Support the brand if you support the man. With the spirit of Steve Coakley, they can't hold me. Back them down and fade away on them like I'm COVID. Only straight shooter on this computer. Who else you know gon' bring it to your real truther? Hallelujah. More haters, more moderators. Get yourself timed up for making outlandish statements. Yeah, ain't no playing. Bungalow 54 is where you go with the herd. I got no patience. Either for God or you love Satan. It's reclassification over entertainment. It's to you. Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you. Care less what a hater say you do. It's for you. Press 1 if you support, if you don't press 2. It's for you. Teach nothing over here but the living true. It's for you. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1. 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 Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you. Care less what a hater say you do. It's for you. Press 1 if you support, if you don't press 2. It's for you. Nothing over here but the living truth. It's to you.
Yeah.
Press 1, press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1, press 1.
Damn, on Thanksgiving though. Let me get this microphone ready. Hey, Ollie, on Thanksgiving though. Press 1. Yeah, don't stop. We had such a good show yesterday. Shit. You know, why not just give it another hour or so? Shout out to the people who support this broadcast. Of course, get your shout out, hit that like button, hit that Cash App, of course, and God bless the people who's still here to witness greatness. This is what it's about, elevating to different levels within yourself and challenging yourself. How far does this really go? Turn the fall into a great, what Buzz Lightyear say, falling with style. You know, you got to make it look good. You got to make it look good. Yesterday's show was so great. Foundational Black Americans and the Moors and the FBA and the ADOS. Where do we turn? How do we know who's right and who's wrong, who deserves reparation? Well, I'm going to tell you this. It's this easy. I found this movie projection. Press 1. I found this movie back in the day. They're dealing with the Moors and how they helped genocide their own brothers on their own homelands and enslaved the children and murdered them. So I put Sinetta Face in his Moor hat and Moorish World TV in his Moorish hat to let you know that all Moors think alike. They're bound by the sea. Was he? Press 1. Well, it'll be the Haitian. Press 1. I don't turn French on him. Press 1. It is de la Haitian. These inbred midgets. I said it. These inbred midgets. Press 1. And the white man created them. The white man named Jacob with a big head and blue eyes. And they some Palladians. Press 1, like Ben Carson say. I believe him now, Tosh. Yeah, the white man who created them, they was called Palladian. They don't told these niggas we's Palladian. These little midget people said, where is this from? Hit the like button and subscribe. The white man say, we come from outer space. Press 1, and we come to enlighten you. And that's what the story they got. So I don't blame them for wishful thinking and coming up. They don't know nothing. They have pledged themselves to be little baby chimpanzees forever and ever. Amen. In order to fit into the chimpanzee's role, you have to learn. You can never be, it's going to take you 1,000,000 years before you evolve into a full man. And until you do, I should have warship over you. And you know what these niggas said? Okay, okay. Anything. What do we get, boss? You get to be a sovereign white citizen. Press one, you won't make it to our level of white, but you're gonna make it past the average person who don't know nothing. So here it is. This the trick. Press one. Their tactics you can probably see on an episode of Tom and Jerry somewhere in the 70s. Press one, hit the like button, and subscribe. So this is a real picture. And those was two African people sitting in front getting those children executed like that in this movie. But I wanted to give the conscious community a perspective. If you join yourself with them and excommunicated yourself from being a federal a civilian or a citizen, you just shut the fuck up because this ain't even pertaining to you. A lot of shit, y'all, this ain't even for y'all. I had to realize this. You can't even buy your way out of the trouble you in. And press one, God bless you for trying to hang around. But y'all niggas is in big trouble. The type of trouble you can't get back. Ain't no what I got to do to get back right with God. You know, when there ain't no get back, when you do stuff like this and align yourselves up with the genocide of African Americans, African Americans, Nigerian African Americans, Iberia, wherever you did this crime and associated yourself before you even got here to the Americas, you had already aligned yourself. Press one. Black power. Press one. You already aligned yourself with the same people you calling the enemy. You made a deal with the devil you calling the devil. So trying to tell me who the devil is mean nothing when that's your friend. Quit telling us who your friends is. We don't care. Oh man, that devil white man. Well, you friends with him? You must want me to think you're not friends with him no more. But you have to be friends with him in order for you to be here. So you not finna get me caught up in anti-terroristic Marxist behavior and doing bad things, little agent of confusion. No, no, no. You see, you got to see these niggas coming. It's like a Crip or a Blood. You got to be able to tell, can't you? Things, what that hat symbolizes is we betrayed our brothers and we genocided them out of existence. And we will keep them dumb while playing dumb. And our job is to do what? White king, red rubber, black death, square, just like I said. And then we went back and found what? Then we found what? The Red Cross once again. And guess what their logos are? Every God system y'all worship. So, the devil and his Red Cross is changing God's law, George's law, George Washington's law, and you right there with them. So you don't serve God. You serve amended law to fit your sin. Woo!
Not like this. Not like this.
Because all of it is illegal under the king. You trying to find a way to license yourself to do something illegal, something you can't do, that the federal government know you ain't supposed to be doing, but hell, shit, if you participate with us, press one looking at. If you participate with us looking at. If we got to be able to know our enemy wear red hats, press one. They look like you, or they try to be, but their eyes are squiggly. And you can tell who they are because their eyeballs are squiggly. Press one. And they got all type of deformities like elephantitis, and they all small like little Smurf. And we just found out yesterday what? Marcus Garvey wasn't nothing but how tall? Probably 4'11". A little Napoleon. Press one. God bless you. A little Napoleon showing up out of nowhere. A little monkey Napoleon standing 5 camera angles always at an angle you can't even see nothing. These are small people. People pretending to be us and telling us futuristic stories. Oh yeah, Marcus Garvey was this one. Oh yeah, but when you do your research, black people didn't get Marcus Garvey out of jail. The world's most homicidal, genocidal man ever, Walter Plecker, did. Nigga, if Jeffrey Dahmer came and got you out of prison, we gonna be looking at you, bro. What you doing? You eat people too? So this perception of mine won't change, given a sadistic murderer, a person in an asylum who don't lost his goddamn mind, who can't figure it out. I told you, this is Shutter Island. And I'm the doctor here. Press 1. I don't know why you motherfucking lost your motherfucking brain. I'm trying to help you remember what you've done in this facility. And press 1. You see, you got to do it like Shutter Island. I went and watched it last night, nigga. You got to help this criminal, this senile bastard of a human being recollect in his brain, because he done created all type of fantasy stories about this. Now we real close because he done outed his best friend. Press 1, the monkey man. Press 1 when you out the monkey man. Press 1. They say take him. Take them. Press 1. The Moors is like, please don't take the dwarves. Both of them blaming each other, and both of them 4'11" to 5'2". Press 1 from my perspective. Ye's all the same. Press 1. Hit the like button. Little leprechauns running around in a magic kingdom pretending to be things that they are not. See, we got entry. We got a portal. You got to identify who your enemies are. Your enemies, as a black person, is anybody who's calling you black, want to keep you black, and under maritime law, all those who are bound by the sea and law, and Ursula and everybody exists in that world. That is who your enemy is. Your people are the people, the laws of this land. That's your law. And the people of this land, that dates back way before the 1900s, when they got over here and nationalized themselves into history. That makes sense? These are your gatekeepers, your clowns, to sit up there and play with you all week and laugh and question things. You see, we get to a definitive. We don't spend too much time questioning things, keep us in a quantum allegorical perspective. We always try to land on our feet on some good foundation. Shit, I don't got good. I'm diving off this motherfucker, hitting triple axles and landing on my beam. Get out of here. You got to be able to do that. So why they spent the last 20, 30, 40 years denying God and law and questioning Jesus and that bastard, this one and that one, and look at their gods. All fascist. All 5'1" odd fellows who helped genocide. Your young, your firstborn, your heirs. They helped Russia masquerade as men and women to overturn law. They themselves masqueraded as men and women, joined sororities. These are different nations, and none of these nations' foundations are rooted on superior law or the laws of Moses, Levitical law, or none of it. The only thing they know is foreign religions, allegories, and scientific nothing that don't mean shit. Damn. This is on Thanksgiving. This is good eating right here. They don't teach you nothing. They teach you small things to give up your sovereignty and sign your name right here with an X and give up the future of your heirship. So you can't get mad at me because you signed your name as a damn X and became an adopted child to some other nation that has a dead friendship with the same nation you running from.
Not like this.
Hit that like button. Hit that cash app. I talk
Not
different.
like this.
I talk different, G. The same nation you running from. You're going to wind up with a missing identity forever and ever. Amen. Don't be deceived. Fletcher Berkeley, for all the truth. Shout out to you with that contribution to the program. Brian King, Deborah Nichols, and Mrs. Mitchell. Shout out to y'all, Mr. Mitchell. Shout out to y'all, DeShea. Got you. Hit that Cash App and support this broadcast. So what's the catch? Oh, so we can have permission now? We can, you feel me? For the glory of what? Some emotional tirade with a cop who's only trying to enforce what he knows in how to interpret the law. Good. You know the little. I can drive without a license. Good. You're still a foreigner. Good. Good. Now you get to ride around like the white lady who got 4 kids going to soccer practice without her license and just get a pass. Good. Great job. Maybe you can get front row seats. Brothers want some comps or something. I don't know, bro. Some of y'all just be too happy to do silly stuff. Like that's right. Right has nothing to do with some small privileges. Yeah, okay, use the microwave. It's like some prisoners being allowed to use the microwave. You ain't got to use the cook pot no more. Use that over there. You can use the vending machine this time. Go ahead. It's Christmas. Very important that our people start this semester off knowing who their spiritual lawful enemies are and what it looks like in history and in law. All the way around the world. In the continent they call Africa, them too. And they gonna see the same people, the same characters, the same theaters of war, because you're dealing with a worldwide propaganda machine put off by a few people, corporations who own the few networks that's on the air. They have a straight monopoly. So all of us is getting some backward ass perceptions of each other. And God bless America that we can come and accidentally bump shoulders with each other in the right places at the right time to say, nah, everybody ain't that bad, bro. It is really just that American system. They treat black people like shit, man. Damn. And look at Vladimir Putin. Oh, yeah, maybe black man needs to wake up and realize their lineage is from Jesus Christ. Vladimir don't play. Maybe they need to wake up to realize their lineage comes from King George. It's like, damn. So keep it real. They had us fighting Germans, Koreans, Mexicans, Spanish, Portuguese. And then when it's all said and done, these same enemies come to our country and do what? Take all our jobs.
Not like this.
Press what? You ain't never asked
Not
yourself
like
this. Come on. Listen to your ancestors. Listen to your ancestors. They talking to you. Y'all must have forgot. Oh, all right, we friends now. All right, come on, y'all. Go on over here and get some jobs. You know who got jobs over there? Who? Niggas. We just let them off probation. You understand what I'm saying? And then these weak ass thugs, every time they commit a crime, why you do this? Oh, I had no job. You didn't even fill out a resume. No, they ain't make it no better. Press one. They don't make it no goddamn better. You ain't even fill out a resume. You ain't even trying to get a call from Walmart one time. Press one. So, you got Russian czars, or I wasn't even gonna call them, but you got czars, communist czars that are bloodthirsty of the past, are America's favorite heroes, presidents and shit, in a different character. You have to begin here at the alternative media, School of Alternative Media. Press one. You got to be able to see the propaganda, not just say, man, that propaganda. Explain to me how. Show me in history where they did that, since history repeats itself. That's what I'm talking about. Show me. If you can't show me that, just sit in row 50 phone. You got to be able to sit down and pay attention. God is good. So today we're going to be watching a little video, as we should. I don't know if one of the callers want to call in and talk about yesterday's program, given the fact that we did discuss so much pertaining to different things, of course. We found Red Cross changing law and then acting like it's federally approved. They're changing law. An outside corporation is changing federal law that's already under contract with you. And they already in violation. It's not that they're about to do this. They've been in violation this whole time. Mm, mm, mm. And why are the people dead? Why aren't the people seeing this? Because you got media personalities destroying the mind, calling you a black person, keeping you dead in law. That's the point of these groups, to keep you dead in law. Any group that refers to you, any group operating under the banner of the federal government, in anybody, is selling you death. That's your enemy. This ideology to remain unthinking, unaware chimpanzees who need to be controlled and have governorship and warship approved by foreign people who not even supposed to be here. Once you wake up, it's all over. But you can't wake up because you so programmed with allegorical concepts and death. Death, literal death. Your race that you call yourself is death. Why? Because they taught you this. That's their oaths and their Shriners' position in their world is to keep you dead in law so that they may all live and play this silly game you're calling the Illuminati chessboard. Who are they? Who did they genocide? Who deserve reparations? The families that was genocided by the Moors and the federal government. The Pope, Russia, Germany, Israel, and any other country and company that profited off the genocide of the true Americans. Hit the like button, the organic Americans who were Holocaust, whose forefathers were Holocausted. If you took part in that and you've pledged in those nations and forfeited your right, you are bound by contract to maritime admiralty law. You are banished. You are committed to that forever. How long is the friendship treaty for? Get out of town. That's what you own. Hit the like button and subscribe. Oh my goodness. You have to. You're gonna have to admit what it is. You have to you bounded yourself to the sea and to live under the sea at the very bottom of the sea. Because that's what you pledged to. You pledged to be a chimpanzee and to be black within that system. Sonetta can't say nothing other than, I'm black. Do you think black this? In Moore's world, can't say nothing but, I'm black. Am I against them personally? No, it's the ideology. It's their religious law, which is all allegorical, nothing. And we just found out yesterday what? Black is racial, is what? So let's pay attention. 424-209-9506. Be a advanced student. Show me you want to be advanced. Hit the like button. Right, ladies? Fellas, show me you want to be advanced. What you got? It's the beginning of class. Your boy your, your boy Kev been out here all this time. We got the Aryans by the neck. That's all of them. That's all of them. They need you to be black and worship the Kaaba stone. Press 1. Listen to what I'm saying. They need you to be black and worship the Kaaba stone. That's how you lost. Hit the like button. You became and worship other laws and gods. Hold on, said you went out there and worship other gods that come in the form of law, and you've began to be enslaved from that point forward. I'm gonna let Said get it in early. What's up, Said? Talk to me, King. Oh, wait. I know I had him. Hold on, Said. Are you there? You there, champ?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, Kev?
All right, go ahead. What's up?
I found something in canon law that was that goes with what you were saying. So you remember how the Walter Plecker took George Washington Gillespie's name and he got Marcus Garvey out of jail?
Oh yes. Yeah, right out. Oh my goodness. That make oh shit. Go ahead.
All right, so this is canon 5768. So it gives like a year like 20 it's 241 BCE, but just listen to like what it's saying about the positions that were made and created. So this is like right up Walter Plecker and the census and the Dawes role and how the fascism and the fascists of Rome played a role in it. So listen to this. In 241 BCE, a second in command was also created for the rector, called the curator, from Latin cure meaning care, meaning
Wow.
manager, keeper, overseer, or custodian. The curator held the essential responsibility within the command and control structure of Roman fascism as the keepers of the slave roll, called
What?
custom rotiums.
Wait a minute.
Compiled through a Yeah.
Wait. What does that mean to you before you go forward? Talk to the classroom, champ.
This is a created position for a subversive position, like a military command.
So to play
Military force.
the what role?
Rector. So he's a custodian or overseer.
To janitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like
The curator
The
had an essential
curator.
responsibility with
Go ahead.
So it held an essential responsibility with the command and control structure of Roman fascism as the keepers of the slave rolls.
Of the slave roll. The
force.
keeper of the slave roll. The curators.
Through forced census.
Through what?
Forced census.
Forced census?
Uh-huh.
That's
census.
why. Wait, say it again.
Like the census.
Yeah, the census.
Yeah.
Got you.
Right. So, and they called it the slave rolls. Being a survey of conquered people who, a handful of conquered people, a handful of former nobles of the conquered culture were made Roman citizens, expelled from the roll, and the rest of the population were entered onto the roll as taxable as property. Canon 5769.
Wow.
By 29 BCE, Rome had succeeded in subjugating and creating no less than 17 provinces. By this time, a new honorable position was created called the greater than the rector, called the censor. The censor became a emissary appointed directly by the emperor or senate, was taken with the was tasked with visiting each province, surveying the property registered on the rolls through a census, meaning literally a survey of the wealth and property of Rome. The role of the censor was immense, and they were terribly feared. Every rector, as the censor, carried the imperium of both emperor and senate, with their power to judge and to strip any power, right, or land from that were not in order.
Wow. Go ahead.
All right, I got some more too. Hold on, let me make sure. And it's a lot. I sent it to you too. I sent it to you. The link I got it from.
Yeah.
It's the first page on it is the cherubim of Ezekiel. So I went back last night and I was trying to listen to your show about Ezekiel, but we'll talk about that one later, bro. Let me see. It's more to go with all right, fascism, imperialism, or fascism simply is a distinct political and philosophical feature in power, culture, and propaganda of a republic where the intellectual class, once in power, applied the utopia model to classic Romanisticism in an increasingly intolerable manner to change to minorities to compete to competing culture and to the history that does not fit the confected reality. And democratic election, also known simply as democracy, which is an eligible number of electors are permitted to participate in elections of certain officers to government, whether or not the vote and its account is free or fair, regardless of whether the vote is direct, mechanized for choosing a new office. Oh, I got some more. This is some more about the Moors. So let me pull that one up. Um, okay, so this is fascism too. This is another one for fascism. The acts. This is Canon 57. This is 17. The acts as part of the class of the act as part of the symbol of Kratos symbolized capital punishment, as beheadings were the ultimate punishment to Roman citizens who who disobeyed or broke their absolute loyalty, while the wooden rod represented corporal punishment in the form of being savagely beaten by the stick, sometimes to death, and if a legionnaire fell asleep at their post or didn't obey the command of the superior. So that their whole regime is based off capital punishment and corporal punishment.
And beatings and murders if you don't fall in line. Well, what the fuck that sound like?
Sound like slavery.
Well, it sound like a lot of shit. It sound like gang banging. It sound like a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
It sound like a methodology to how to discipline its comrades.
Yes,
But
sir.
go ahead, go ahead. You got it. We talked
I'm
about
pulling up some more.
we talked about a lot yesterday. Yesterday was such a powerful show, and
especially with Troy brought up about the Red Cross and how it tied back into Title 36.
bingo.
You know what's crazy, Kev? I was seeing that, like how they how they made the change, like in the preamble. But I got so caught up in reading this, I didn't go back and read the full preamble. But I know it's in the preamble in Title 36 of the Red Cross is where they made the change at. I had something else, Kev. Hold on one second.
Take your time, man. Well, you can call back. Call me back, because I ain't gonna sit on the phone with you. But yeah, yesterday. Now I want the people to listen to yesterday's. Call me back. Call in my. He talking about all that other shit. He gotta wait on that one. I'm talking about these motherfucking wars. Breast what? I'm talking about he got to get that Canaan law in order. I'm talking about these goddamn Moors. That's what I'm on right there. Right there. Them boys right there. Cause I got a movie for y'all today. It's called Hidden Colors. Press one, and I'm gonna show y'all these people are all the same. Oh yeah, make sure y'all have y'all shit together too. I ain't gonna sit there and lip wrestle with you. Make sure you got your shit together too. Cause holiday after holiday before, that boy Kev is on a roll. Gotta be ready. You see me? I let it sit. I'll be ready as soon as I get on the air. I ain't even gotta be ready. As soon as my brain come on, I'm ready. As soon as I program the show, my brain is already. You know, I expect y'all to be better than me. Cause shit, at least you got yesterday to work on it. Me, I got to keep going and think about tomorrow and shit. I can't even watch my show from yesterday. So this is Hidden Colors, y'all. And we got to listen to the behavior. Oh my goodness, excuse me. It's crappy. We got to realize the arrogance of these people to sell us these Moroccans as if we don't know or haven't begun to realize history. Only till you're able to realize history, you're able to look back and say, damn, I sure was deceived. You got to look at history different once you're given some facts. I gave you more than one or two facts. I gave you a lot to be able to start to understand the language, to be able to laugh at them now, to be able to look at them and say that's full of shit. To tell the Hebrew Israelites to turn to the Bible Bible page that says what? Genealogies are not even supposed to be argued about. That defeats them. That's easy. Hit the like button. That's easy. Let's see who this is real quick. Let's see who this.
To accept, press 1.
I'm going to accept. Student, where are you standing from, sir?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. What up?
What's up? Hey, Professor, I'm not trying to do too much. I don't know if it's conspiracy hour right now, but I kind of wanted to bring something to your attention real quick that I thought was real interesting, especially after yesterday's conversation.
What's that one?
All right, now, I know you a game head, right? So you know about Call of Duty Zombies, right?
I'm not.
Now, look, you know what's crazy? Like I said, I'm not going to do too much.
Hold on, class. This man said, I know you a game head. So you know on Call of Duty, right? That's how he stand up in my classroom. In the bungalows, that's what I got to deal with in our community. A young man out of nowhere. Hey, Professor, I know you a game head. All right, let's go there. What about Call of Duty, sir?
Okay, so with the zombies modes, you play this German guy, right? Now, I always wondered why they had that little bomb. You know, they got a little bomb where it's a monkey, and you twist the monkey
up,
yes. And it make like, yeah.
Oh, you motherfucker! Don't make it make sense. Are you? I know. I told y'all the gamers. I told somebody this. I said that gamers gonna figure this out because gamers, we were told to lie in so many different ways.
And they made everything look so deep and shit.
Yeah.
When you play these games, like even with Assassin's Creed,
Yes.
like you see how deep they be making this shit, and I'm like, okay, so like I said, Kevin,
And we
you been
play
fucking
these
me up.
games.
Like, I can't watch regular.
We grew up on wrestling, toys, and shit. So us males, we're more connected to the story than the women are in a way. We can really like, whoa, that's why they had the monkey like that in
Bro, and that's
and
what I'm like.
Call of
I'm like,
Duty?
Kev, it's really fucking me up. I can't even play games no more, nigga. Damn.
That's how we be. I still play my games,
like,
man.
damn.
You know what, man? I'm still fighting the Ukraine war right now with my little, but
So look, I just saw that allegory. I was like, damn. Okay, you play a German man. The whole game, the zombies are coming after the Germans in these destroyed cities that these foreigners took over.
yeah,
And when he wanted to strike the dead, he twists up a monkey bomb,
yes,
throw that motherfucker, and the monkey distracts all of the dead
yes.
and bring them right to the monkey.
Hold up, let me hit the button one time. I got you.
Like this.
Now I see what you mean by it. I
Not
never
like
knew that.
this.
I didn't even think about it like that till right now. Not like this.
You see what I'm saying? I saw that allegory. I was like, oh.
So
shit,
it's
this
just
is
like
crazy.
us. They come back, get the tethered, get the Nazis, get the ones who bombed them, and the only
Yeah.
way they can distract them is by winding up this little monkey, little circus dude that be like, "Hey y'all, this me right there, look at me." All the monkeys
Yup.
go after the circus,
And it blow up and kill
blow up
everything.
and kill up everybody. Facts,
Yep.
facts.
Yep. I'm just like, damn, this shit is crazy deep, man. This is deep as hell.
Damn, bro, you got me fucked up now. That was fucked up. Because all of the games now that go off into like investigating old cities, if people play like those type of games, it's always like, if you play Fallout 4, right? It start off in the future of a destroyed city, and you like, damn, what happened? It was all like, it's like, damn, they use like monsters, robots, and shit to play us, but it's like, damn.
Yes, bro. Yes. And the crazy part is, I'm not trying to go too far off.
Fuck it, go far, bro. Go far. It's Thanksgiving, bro.
Okay, so
He said, okay, so he was
I was
ready.
like, fuck it. I was like, I don't know if he gonna let me go crazy today, but I said Thanksgiving, so fuck it. I'm gonna try to go there. So Kev, I don't know if you know, like, I'm real big into crypto and shit.
Okay.
And it's just been like, I've been looking at this shit in all these allegorical senses, right? Like, okay, so one thing, first off, the name, crypto alone, I'm like, oh shit, they taking us off currency and putting us on real dead money.
Yes.
So then outside of that, now in the crypto community, they have this quote that they love to say. They love to say, crypto is gonna bring the largest wealth transfer in history.
You see?
And you know what that made me? Huh?
I said, see, they trying to get us involved in it.
They trying to get us involved in it because you know what I'm starting to realize? I'm starting to realize they want to get us involved in it so they can take everything they sold, put it in digital form, and then leave us
Bro.
with a copy of it in crypto and have us stuck on dead money.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna have nothing. Because it was the wealth
ain't gonna have
transfer.
shit?
Yeah, because after they take it from crypto, who's to say where it went? Before the feds just came in and did what they did. But to be honest with you, that's like legal robbery. So they was looking for a way.
Now, peep what they
was looking for a way, and all these people that was advertised was a legal way to rob African Americans out of their wealth and just Americans in general to get them involved in going to war against their own currency. So you destroy your own currency, and for what? What are you? You're just going to work. You're not doing anything. But you about to get robbed. That's what you about to get.
They're gonna use that. Exactly. They're gonna use that shit so you can crash your own currency, get you stuck on dead currency, and a hyper commercialized.
That's what Candace Owens and them was doing with the Lloyds of London. Candace Owens opened up a bank as well, and that's how Andrew Tate. Hold on. Andrew Tate was laundering his money through one of those banks, and who's to say where that money went or nothing? But they was all going through crypto, and Candace Owens In fact, and her bank tanked
Guess what?
right when Andrew Tate.
Before he got
My mama, because when the feds come, niggas mouth run, but the outcome gonna be about guns. Press one.
before he got locked up, the nigga put his money into his own coin, bro. He
Yeah,
had
but who was
advertised
holding the
a-
coin? Who was holding these coins?
He was holding it.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what I'm saying. He got off on niggas.
Right, but no, not
And-
really, not really. But he was operating
Yeah.
through Candace Owens in it.
Yeah.
His bank
Yeah.
was with Candace Owens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was crazy too.
And people be
These
like,
how
why
they
was
call-
Candace
this is
Owens
what they
defending
call-
him so much? And it goes above and beyond. Them little white girls accusing him of that. I was like, oh shit, Caesars come. When you seize assets, when the feds come, what? That goes, everything goes. Everything that was involved in all this. What's this? This is big. Go ahead, King.
Mhm.
Yeah, I told everybody
And,
this. I
I
got
wanted to-
videos on the end of it. I got pictures with Andrew Tate, with Candace Owens. Now you see what he's going through. But go ahead, champ. Go ahead. Tell me something.
And I just thought it was crazy because when we were learning about the mooring system,
Yes.
and you know how it had the chains, and then it had it connected to the anchor or a block.
Yes.
I was like, damn, it's crazy because in crypto, what they use to translate information, they call them blocks.
Block-
And it's on a blockchain.
Yeah, on a blockchain. Oh shit, it's on the morgue system. Oh, good shit, bro.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Hyper commercial law. And then guess what? Every time you make
my.
a transaction, it's called a smart contract.
That can be changed.
So you don't even know what you're agreeing to.
Yeah,
in
'cause it can be
commerce in the
changed.
digital form.
Yeah, because it can
It
be
can
changed.
be changed.
Yes.
You don't know.
It's just numbers.
Yep.
It's a
And you just make a
reinsertion into
transaction.
like a Social Security upgraded AI program by way of bank. Yo, that's some other shit. Yes, sir. But
Bro,
that's crazy.
it's
The
freaky
blockchain,
shit.
the mooring system, legal robbery, keeping them submerged. They talking about they outer space. Then where you at? If they outer space. Now check this out. Here go the other kicker. They got you using dead currency, crypto, dead, in a crypto verse, in a dead universe. What do they call it?
Meta, which
Metaverse.
means end.
What do meta mean?
It means the end of something. The final stage.
So they got you caught up in the metaverse, the crypto universe, all crypto dollars. So you just dead all over again, floating around in space.
It's a monkey bomb.
You're not even. It's a monkey bomb. You're not even floating around in a perilous state no more on water because trafficking is illegal, made by Trump. So what you do is they figure out a way to not make you trapped in this water, but the water's above, which is space. So as above, so below. So they kind of get your ass. Talk different.
Kev, you just hit a bar with that one. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a bar.
That's real, ain't it?
Yeah, that was a bar.
So yeah, because it's a reflection. So they get you that way, right there. So you got to be really, you walking in between worlds like that, you got to be really focused on your shit so you don't get hit with the monkey bomb and be lost over there being entertained when you're supposed to be on your post, mentally, on your guard, spiritually, you know?
Facts.
Anything else, champ?
That's all I wanted to throw to.
My
No,
man.
that's all I wanted to throw to class.
My man.
I'm gonna go back to the bungalow.
My man in the bungalows. Shout out to my niggas in the bungalow. You know what I was just thinking about? Man, that fucking monkey on Call of Duty. I told you, go to the bungalow. Bungalows is where they got the best idea. They be tripping. I don't want to go to the bungalows. Kev, you tripping. I'm going to get off your Discord. But the bungalows is where it's at. If you ain't noticed that, the niggas with the most, yeah, but guess what? We're going back to the back of the class in the bungalows, bro. I love that. And that brought a different perspective in a way. But let's listen to these moorheads tell us and learn to adapt to these agreed chimpanzees to a dead corporate state. They got y'all in the meta. That's fucked up. That's okay. Kev got you. Kev got you. I ain't gonna let y'all go out like that. You feel me? Kev got you. Now watch this film for a second. Tell me what you think about the concepts. Take some notes. You'll be able to see how they focus all of their attention on some damn Moors. When now you know what the Moors have done. Press 1. Let's be specific. We're talking about a mooring system. We're talking about the ones who sold us out. And literally, press 1, who agreed to be chimpanzee for the white man. And Thomas is proving, we're all proving that here. So pay attention, Sinetta and Morris World and Jabari and the rest of my black leaders out there, Tazariak, who's trying to get into the blogging entertainment industry. Pay some attention. I know y'all not going to just let Kev walk up in here with all this knowledge, though. You feel me? Pay attention. Hidden Colors by Tariq Nasheed. Piece by piece. One day, while I was watching the History Channel, I realized that they were going out of their way to omit certain facts pertaining to an African presence in the Americas. Now let's get this straight. There was no African presence in America before the American.
Not like this.
Before the American incorporated Africa.
Not like this.
Let's get this motherfucker straight right now, punk. Let's get this shit straight right now. Y'all are hilarious. African presence in the Americans before, the European explorers. Thus, further in time immemorial, Christopher Columbus, the Moor that was on the ship with him, directed that motherfucker. I knew right then and there. And that's when I had to do something and make videos and beg for donations to get it. Waiting for someone else to tell our story. This nigga got an incorporated name about our story. What is our story? It's time to get real, family. What is our story, Tyreek? This nigga. Always trying to be, like I said, ain't not one Tyreek Nasheed on the Dolls roll. It wasn't no American name, you know, Tariq Nasheed. There was not one Victorian Virginia name, none of that. Who? That's the Arab. Press 1. Let's go.
When other people tell their history, they come across as being patriotic.
Oh my goodness. Not this guy.
When other people talk about where they came from and who they are and what their history is, that's called patriotism.
Sir, we ain't from Africa.
But when African Americans do it, or when black people do it, they're labeled as being militant.
No, they're not. If you tell your history, you're not labeled militant, sir. Come on, that's a little...
They're called rebels.
They are the rebels. These guys were funded as a white man, and the police right behind them. These are all foreign agents of the white man. We know now. Come on.
They're called Afrocentric, so that's the big difference.
They're called Afrocentric. Sir, we called them niggas Afrocentric.
Not like
See,
this.
this is where you can't even watch this shit. This is how I
Not
watch
like
movies
this.
at the house. I can't watch certain shit. I'll be arguing with the goddamn TV if I watch this guy. What? Jeez.
Our history, for some reason, it becomes offensive to people. So we have to stop being afraid
This
to
nigga
tell
called
what our
himself
true
a
history
nigga.
is.
He said, oh, yeah.
The studies will show that the dominant population here in America especially, and in Europe, have wanted to claim everything for themselves.
Let me stop right there. Here we go. Let's go. No comment.
And so they have made up a lot of stories as they traveled to places. And as we know, all of the places that the so-called European or the white explorers traveled, when they got there, black people were already there. Some kind of black people, or yellow people, or red people, or brown people. You as a black man are the root of all of the civilizations. Every body they've ever found, every tomb they've ever raided, whatever it was, they found something symbolic of the black man.
Coming today.
Either
Press what? Kev coming with it today. Kev coming with it, champion. This look like an Asian man. Press one. This is a sumo wrestler. Oh, this name Calloway. Oh, this don't look like no brother. That look like, nigga, a Asian man. Now that I know my history. Oh, bruh. Let me see. Hell no. Look at me. I don't look at that nose. That's a Oceanas. That's a Haitian. If anything, that's an Asian man. Asian or Haitian? Oh.
Not like this.
No. People of the sea.
Not like this.
Jeez. The Bible say ain't no flat nose, no nothing. Press one. Come on, bro. Y'all quit playing with me. Oh, they was black. If black was Asian back in that day, I agree. This ain't us, bro. He's not an Indian. He's not a Platino. That's fine. We got, nigga. What you thought this was? It ain't going like that, bro. You're not just finna tell me anything. Oh, that was us down there in Mexico, because niggas don't know who they is. Gang bang Monday through Friday, then discover who they is Saturday, then Sunday back at church, Monday gang bang all over again. I'm not that. That's what I got time, nigga. That's what we got time to date. Talk that shit. Let's go, George. Talk that shit. Come on.
features, your nose, your mouth, your head, the way we looked, our hair, even braids,
I
everything.
make everybody mad with this shit.
The makeup of a human being's self-esteem, self-image, and self-concept is not only based upon one's family history, but it's also based upon one's racial history.
Ain't he Jamaican?
So when you look at the self-esteem of black people and black children, you can rest assured that at least 50% of how high
He spent his whole life telling you how retarded your kids is. Self-diagnosing y'all from a YouTube page, from a video, and never opened up a fucking asylum or nothing. See what they do? He spent his whole time diagnosing these black kids that they got hyper this and hyper that, and the reason why was the white supremacy and the white. Bruh, y'all need to be looked after, and your leaders have put you in that mental condition, in a cold slumber.
how low it is contingent upon positive information that they know or don't know about who they have been in racial history.
And over the last, I would say, 1,000 years, there has been
That means being black. That's dead in law. Racial.
a protracted effort and an ongoing effort by those in power, the European powers especially, to make sure that...
Sir, if it ain't a pimp, if it ain't a white pimp named Slickback, press one. Now, what the fuck is this? They don't let the Jews in the door. They don't let the Jews in the door. Press one. They don't let the Turkish Jews in the door. They don't let the Turkish Jews in the door. They don't let the Khazarian Jews in the door. That's fucked up, bro. Oh, us as black people ain't shit. Sir, where's your mother? Who is your father? Lord have mercy.
What we have done as an indigenous, or what we call autochthonous peoples.
Indigenous autochthonous people. Sir, you mean that's in the line? Sir. Autochthonous people. Nah.
Earth's autochthonous peoples.
Earth's
is
autochthonous
erased.
people. He sure got a Moorish concept on Earth, not just the laws of your land. We can live here.
Irrevocably from the minds of all our people.
Only a people who haven't learned how to respect themselves will let someone suggest themselves that they forget about their history.
Oh my goodness.
If
So
you know
you got to
yourself,
watch them because they about to suggest some shit.
there's no way that anybody
This is what I
would
call
ever,
the black Germans over here. These them.
uh,
By any
do the
means
things to you.
necessary.
Or would you do the things to you and yours?
If
that-
this ain't a Turk in disguise, a Chippewa Indian, bro, if this ain't a... Bro, I'm tired of y'all.
we find ourselves
So I
in.
never know everybody.
So that, and in many ways, I don't really think it's hidden. It's there. It's just that they're not allowing us to understand.
Okay, let's understand. Let's get it. Let's get some understanding.
According to Dr. Ben, the original name of Africa was Alkebulan.
Doctor Who?
Africa, the whole continent, was also called Ethiopia. As a matter of fact, the Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopian Sea. So there were several different names. Africa was really described by different tribes. It wasn't a whole...
I like Tyreek because he try to sound so fucking serious when he's saying some of the dumbest shit on earth. You know, it's like he took the whole Russian Nazi program and just ran with it. Just in Egypt, those were black people too. Just black, bliggity black. Come on, let's go. Forgive us, Tyreek. We just doing criticism week. This sweet, nigga.
According to Dr. Ben, the original name of Africa was Alkebulan. Africa, the whole
If the whole thing was called the Alkebulan, bro.
continent was also called Ethiopia. As a matter of fact, the Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopian Sea. So there were several different names. Africa was really described by different tribes. It wasn't a whole monolithic society.
That ain't what
but eventually, they named Africa after a European.
Africa is not...
Y'all niggas African now. Y'all African? All right, bro. Wow. So y'all just know y'all just fucked up.
Called Africa. It's actually named after the one who actually conquered the Carthaginian, Scipio Africanus. So they usually, the Roman
This nigga got an Indian necktie on.
types of system is that the conquering general gets to name the region he conquered.
So it's called Africanus. That's not what he said.
His name to be placed on that region. So Scipio Africanus is they named a certain terrain after him. So everybody just said, well, they just call it Africa or Africanus. But if you look to Dr. Ben's work, you'll find that it was called Kush, and you'll find it was called Alkebulan. It had many names: Ethiopia, which is essentially Greek, but a whole continent was once known as Ethiopia.
It's terrible, about just where math came from.
Math?
All of the pictures that
Where did math come from?
they've shown out of Africa, they've never really educated the Americans, white or black, about what really goes on in Africa, what some of the cities are really like, and that we're not running around over there with Tarzan, you know, and when they show anything from Africa, even down to today, they pick the worst scenes, the most terrible situations, you know. And
these people in this music trip me out, bro. This music is bugging. This is like a donation center. Come on, let's go.
And they show those, but we have a proud history. But of course, what we did in Egypt 5,000 years ago.
This woman said 5,000 years ago in Egypt. But do you hear the corruption in the language? That's what's important. I'm glad Teresa does. I'm glad that my students are finding, you know, words to express their disbelief in this, what we've been conditioned to believe. Let's listen. What they did in time immemorial DNS brands. I like that. Keep that up right there. Keep that up right there.
Or what we did in China 35,000 years ago.
Okay. Hold it together, classroom. Keep it together.
It's of no benefit if we don't understand what to do today and how that would help us to survive. We discovered the clock.
Time immemorial is the clock. Death. Press 1. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Until the end of time. By Tupac Shakur.
We did discover the wheel. Black man has never been a caveman. You've never been.
We did discover the wheel. But you know what the wheel is, right? See, but we gonna get back to it. The caveman never did what? We didn't say that. That comes from India. Come on.
In the cave. There's no history of it. You've ever been in a cave. We discovered mathematics and the alphabet and writing and all of those great things that they have built a foundation on, that they came and got and took back to other countries.
You can't do that with a spear. You, lady, who are you? A little Napoleon Germanic Negro. Press 1.
We don't know what Africa would be like without the white.
Don't. Oh, you adults. Look at this potty mouth. Let me see.
We discovered the clock. We did discover the wheel. Black man has never been a caveman. You've never been in the cave. There's no history of it. You've ever been in a cave. We discovered mathematics and the alphabet and writing and all of those great things that they have built a foundation on, that they came and got and took back to other countries. We don't know what Africa would be like without the white influence.
If they got it from you, why wouldn't you know?
We don't know what it would be like without the Rockefellers and De Beers and all of them. We don't know what Africa would have been like. We do know that there were greater places in Africa other than Egypt, which is the only one they let us know about.
Concurrently and simultaneously during the Pyramid Age.
Why would they have to let you know about anything?
Great things happening in West Africa, but we very seldom. There are nations known as Dar-Tichet. Dar-Tichet is now, would geographically presently be located where Ghana is. We had the Nak culture, which is where we today would call Nigeria. We have the Monomotapan Empire in what today we call Zimbabwe. There are over 300 stone structures in southern Africa. And then you have that great structure.
How many stone structure?
In the great Zimbabwe that shows a direct relationship to the Grand Lodge of Luxor in Egypt. You have Puanit, which is in today's Somalia, Ethiopia. You have the Kush. empires that are simultaneously happening. When Hatshepsut, the great
simultaneously
Pharaoh king,
happening now. Okay,
although she was a woman, she was
well,
a
that's when
Pharaoh
they
king,
overlapped history.
sitting on the throne of Kemet. Her cousin sits on the throne of Puanit, or what we call Somalia. There are great things happening historically across the African continent. You have the kingdoms of Kuba and Luba in Central Africa.
Mansa Musa was the king of Mali.
Boo. Mansa Musa, piece of shit, was a traitor, was a trafficker, and a rapist. And he trafficked people for lots of money. He was the number one trafficker. They called him, I'm a time traveler. Back in my day, we called him the El Chapo of trafficking people. If the ancestors can talk to me, that's what they'll say. Oh, this nigga Master Who? Oh, this bitch ass nigga told us we was going to Iberia and made a left on Crenshaw. And press one, and we ended up in J.P. Morgan on the Titanic and shit. Press one. Hit the like button and subscribe. Mansa Musa.
In the 1300s, very wealthy brother.
This nigga know everything what happened in the 1300s, but don't know what happened to us. The 1300 and ain't studied no law about being black. There's a Black's Law Dictionary, nigga. There's a Black's Law Dictionary. They know everything that happened in times of dream world. 1300, and this picture still got ink on it, bitch. Nigga, it's 2023. Press one. 1300, this color still on this goddamn paper. Press one. Nigga, that's a little kid. That's a third grader's depiction of what he did yesterday. Press one is a little kid's drawing. We don't know if that's even real. How the maps used to, that ain't even how it looked, fool. They try to make him Mansa Musa. They don't even say Mansa Musa on the goddamn picture. It's just them making up stuff. Press one. I told you, they just make stuff up.
During the dark age of Europe was going through a dark age. Africa was thriving. It was the gold.
Africa was thriving, though. This is a multiverse for these niggas. Europe was a ghost town.
Capital. Mansa Musa was considered the wealthiest man on the planet at the time. Mansa Musa had
with no military to stop nigga the Rockefellers.
Well-known pilgrimage to Mecca, where he went to Egypt and went to Mecca and went through Egypt.
Mecca? He went to Mecca through Egypt? What year was this? Come on, bro. It wasn't even called. It was called Kemet. Remember?
And he gave out so much gold, it threw off the Egyptian economy.
Oh, my goodness. Go ahead.
In today's terms, Mansa Musa gave away what would be the equivalent of $100 million in gold.
Sir, that's George Washington's story. That ain't shit. Press one. I had nothing. You talking about? You know all this, but don't know who we are.
The African.
This nigga know he gave away all this gold. You know the exact number, how much it was worth, and all, and he don't know what just happened.
The first race to circumnavigate the entire globe.
And listen to me. Marcus Garvey, little nephew right here. Listen to me, champ. He will put you on a boat, take you to Africa, and lie about that where he dropped you off at. What's that little white girl who went missing years ago and off the coast of Florida, hanging out with the little white boy? They never found him. Press one. What's that little white woman name? She should be still in the cage if leave it up to them. That's the shit that these individuals do. They don't give two shit.
All over Africa, all over the world, the peoples of color that they call Africans, Alkebulanans, we were all over.
Palladians? Oh, my goodness. Oh, see? Now you was the daughters and sons of aliens and extraterrestrials, ETs, nigga. Come on. Come on.
the world. So to say that in Ghana they had the Ashanti, they had, I mean, all over we had powerful dynasties, so innumerable we couldn't even name them, because remember, we had hundreds of thousands of years, and that's the secret. They cut us off at 6,000 because anything beyond that they could say is mystery, they could say is myth. So when
it's myth now,
you control the information, which is essentially what they've learned to do. Under the Vatican, they have about 6 to 8 miles of storage space that have all of our artifacts, and the Virgin Mother being black, all of the faces. We have to take apart the
boy, that sure look like a Virgin Mother. That looked like one of them Indian women. That's what it looked like. She looked sleepy naturally. That's the same way the Statue of Liberty looked. Please, don't play with me.
layers.
Black women got lips and noses. What the fuck is y'all talking
Because
about?
Washington, D.C., as our brother Tony Browder has shown us, is laid out
Hit that
according
like
to the
button.
heavens.
What?
Music I enjoy.
Black
listening
women
to
got
classical
noses,
music.
bro.
That's black music. That's soul
Y'all
music.
selling dreams, bro.
Purpose be absolutely identified as European or black because many of them was of a biracial stock.
Hannibal Barker, the great military genius, he comes from an African background. In a lot of movies and on television shows, they will try to Europeanize and whiten up the image of Hannibal Barker, but he was...
They were accustomed in the bush to these black faces, these black Buddhas, and when you go deeper into that information, you're only seeing black faces. You could go down into certain parts
Oh my goodness.
of storage space
Just black,
that have
black.
all of our
No
artifacts.
names. Just
And,
black.
The
Who are
Virgin
these
Mother
people?
being black, all of the faces. We have to take apart the layers that are actually constructed.
Excuse me. Who was that Queen Mother? Who was that? The Bible talks about the Queen Mother. Huh? So y'all raised. Okay. We just brought up who? Oceanus. Well, in the Egyptian world or the Greek, Semiramis. Tammuz's mother. Let's go.
In the lie. They're layered.
Ah.
For instance, you have a discipline in academia called Egyptology. Now, what is Egyptology? They say, well, it's the study of
He made
Egypt.
it seem like academia was Mesopotamia or some shit.
Well, no, it's not the study of Egypt. Egyptology was created by the Vatican in order to make sure that there was a screening mechanism in place to explain away the truth that was being excavated every year, that kept giving them proof of who the ancient Kemites were. So Egyptology and
So
Egyptology...
this help y'all know law and how to be free? Has this helped you in any way other than a false sense of spiritual ancestry that don't even exist? Helped you in any way? No. Who brought you this? Shriners. Who got you in this dream world? Shriners. Doesn't matter to what club or what fraternity. You don't dance and been doing steps your whole life, and the only thing you got is purple makeup, purple shoe, couple motorcycle. Or you might not even have that. The sorority brothers and sisters doing bad right now. Do So it ain't too green. You see Puffy going through it. You see Puffy. It ain't good out here. So it's time for y'all to wake up. And wake up from what dreamland? This one. All this make believe stuff that don't teach you nothing. Then I'ma flip it and show you something. Let's go. This teaches you nothing.
Logists are essentially agents of this information. Where else do you see a society, a people, and a way of life actually become a science? Unless you have specific purposes to make sure that the information that you are gathering on those people are given the proper perspectives to maintain the lie. So you don't get an Americology, you don't get Europology, you don't get Russiaology.
Richard Pryor.
Oh, shit.
Right? When he had his special
They
back
all dissing each other. This is another foreigner. This is another one. Remember, I told you, it's in the eyes, mate. The circus is the circus. There's another one. What type of foreigner? Shit. And you looking at Frenchmen and shit, bro. You looking at all type of foreign blacks. Ethiopian. There it is.
1977. There's a scene. They only allowed him to do 5 shows. In fact, they were rather ignorant because it took them 5 shows to realize what the brother was really doing. Richard Pryor, there's a scene where he goes in to the pyramids, and he is carrying the bags of the archaeologists and the anthropologists who are of European descent. And they're talking amongst themselves about what this find is and its importance, the greatness of it. And Richard Pryor is in this temple looking all around, and he begins to say, but all these people are black. He said, look at that guy over there. That guy look like my uncle. And he's just, it's humorous, but what Richard Pryor is actually talking about is that, these are black people in these pyramids, and these are the people that built these pyramids. He said, wait a minute, these people... And then all of a sudden, the camera begins to show the anthropologists of European descent, and they start to nudge each other because they realize, hey, the guy carrying the bags...
Yeah, but who produced those shows? White people of European descent. Part of the show. For sure. So, yes, that happened. But we also know now, they didn't even know hieroglyphics and none of that shit even in the tomb. So, yeah, they would want us stuck in Egypt and Hebrew slaves and some far. But what if Egypt was here in the Americas? Then the Shriners say, oh, man, that's fucked up. What if Egypt was right here in the Americas? And it's like, oh, man, that's messed up, man. What if there was video of them constructing that? Oh, man, that's not right, man. They got destruction. They're tearing down what I thought was true. And it's not true. It was because they just built it. And they lied to me. They said they never knew who built this. And this was built millions of years ago. And nobody could ever rebuild this. And then they showed them building it. And then they said it was rebuilt. Impressed, boy. That's crazy. So their whole philosophy of Egypt and what they conceive to be Egypt simply means bondage and house of bondage. And if God put you in bondage, why not do it? Where you at? Where you at?
He's looking around and he's learning some things in here. So very quietly,
y'all notice that?
Them backing out of the pyramid, right?
And
Richard Pryor is still...
They get all the European information, but when it comes to the law and understanding the law and scripture, is just like, well, the white man wrote that book, and the white man wrote that law. We got the real law. Who are you? Well, I'm a sovereign. I'm under Morocco, but we have a friendship treaty with them. I'm a Moor. It doesn't make sense. When we have a friendship with them.
They're talking about how great the pyramid is, and then all of a sudden, they show you the door close, and all of a sudden the scene goes black. Which means that was the blackout on the information.
Hey, B from Texas, what up, champ? What you got for me?
Sir, I gotta raise my hand in the middle of the video.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm loving that shit, dude. Before you do that, I'd like to give a shout out to those who contribute to this program. Shout out to my main man, Pop Deuce. I ain't seen you in a minute. Pop Deuce out there in the world. Deshea Mitchell, Fletcher Berkeley, Brian King, and Deborah Nichols. God bless y'all for contributing to this program. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App and subscribe to this channel. Go to the Patreon if nothing else. What up, B?
All right, bro. I noticed something about the Olmec head. Just like with we was looking up the Egyptology and how they was just putting all this stuff in the 1800s.
Yes.
Same thing with these big heads. It says the discovery of the first colossal head of Tres Zapatos in 1862 by Jose Maria Melgar y Serrano was not documented nor reported outside of Mexico. The excavation of the same colossal head by Matthew Sterling in 1938 served the first archaeological investigation.
Oh, they just found
of
it.
The
They just found it. They just found it.
Yes, they just found it.
And then
bro.
they start looking
Nah.
for the culture after they found it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now I took a picture of the guy. I took a screenshot of the guy, Jose Maria.
Let me see.
See.
It's probably a portrait
it's
of
the one
himself.
with the sitting sideways and everything.
Let me see.
We get a chance to see who we looking at. Looking like an old Billy Goat.
What's his name?
Jose Maria Melgar y Serrano.
Oh, I didn't get that yet. I gotta wait on it to come through. But
yeah, okay. Well, what I noticed about him.
You sure you sent it to me?
Yes, sir. Here, I could resend it.
Yeah, resend it. I'd love to see what this guy looks like. But what about him?
Well, what I noticed at the bottom of his picture, it's written in French, but it says I don't know what the word is in French, but it says something about the National Day France. So we got the French again and the Moors with the Serrano name. So it's the same. They pushing the same thing over again. I just
What you mean?
sent
What
you
you
his
mean?
picture.
But what you mean? They pushing the same thing over.
The tethering. They tethering themselves, getting closer and closer to the Americas in false history with this Olmec deal to give us
to place themselves
a
here.
different culture.
It's another Indian story.
Yes, sir.
Which is a tether made up in
Yes,
time
sir.
to say what? Oh yeah, we were all black. We as black were already
been
here.
here.
When they as black is like they as Indians, which is all nationalized foreigners who are black in law here according to the king. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So
Now, the
that so
other
what
guy,
the fuck are you saying? That it still doesn't give you. That doesn't do anything. You, sir, and your forefathers is from over there. Why y'all talking about? No. We all together and we black people of the land. See, we was in South America, then California, then we fought, and then who was we fighting in the Spanish War then? Them.
the Negroes.
These niggas right here.
They fighting us. Yeah. Now, yes, sir. Now, something I also observed, they talk about Egypt and they talk about Mesopotamia.
Right.
All right. When they come over here with this South American deal, it's Mesoamerica. So I want that's got to be some kind of correlation of them trying to, bring it all together. Now we got this other guy that discovered the Olmec civilization in 1938. I got a picture of him I'm just sent to you again with one of their artifacts. And if you look at the hat that's on this artifact, it make more sense to me now. Are you able to see it?
I'm not getting nothing. No, I'm not getting nothing.
Oh man.
I'm not getting nothing.
Okay. Dang.
At all. I was sitting up here. I'm trying to find it, but I can't see anything. I can't find anything. I'm waiting on some pictures, but what is this concerning? I got what do I got on? What is it?
It's concerning the Olmecs and all this stuff they were talking about, the Olmec civilization. Even when you look at this dude Matthew Sterling, when you look him up, it shows him with a picture with one of their artifacts, and I'm looking at the hat that's on the artifact. Man, that's another Taj hat, another Moor hat. So I'm like, man, these people they pushing this false agenda, but
well, of course,
it's easy to see now.
Well, of course, but
yes, sir.
But so I'm lost. How does that? What does that have to do with? Because I can't see that. What does that got to do with what I'm
okay.
showing? Like as far as the Moorish African descent and how
It's
they're
just-
go ahead.
It's showing them placing false history to cover up the real history. They coming up with all these different false cultures
Time
from
immemorial.
Egyptology,
Right.
time immemorial.
Right.
Yes, sir. That's pretty much all it is.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly all it is. And they know about Mansa Musa, but they can't tell us about King George. So that let me know that y'all false to the fullest, and all of y'all, all of these people are preaching a false agenda. That's it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're 100% right. Thank you for the call, champ. Another.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. There it is. I was lost like a mother. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, we were. I was thinking something else. But yeah, they are doing exactly what I was saying they doing, which is what? Which is what? Falsifying history, placing themselves in time immemorial. These niggas stopped my show. We just said that. We just said that. That's why I was tripping. Like, wait, but they actually, that's the thing, is to place all of your history in an agreed upon history by the people who found the Olmec heads and the pyramid and this one. So they're actually creating history as they discover new things. You have to see it that way. So I appreciate the call. I now see what you're saying, but I was like, what the hell? But yeah, that's what they're doing. Recreating history, and they have their black, Turk, Asiatic. He could be an Asian. Black people doing what? Genghis Khan type people doing what? Allegories, daydreams, time immemorial, false senses of history and time, trying to get you to identify with that and believe that without considering your lineage here. If you don't truly consider your name, that's why I said you can't learn nothing. You listen to these people, you have went off into the dream world. White Bee, they went off into the dream world. As soon as you start grasping it, just know you're going to be a Palladian next. The plan is to get you mentally and physically off the land. You understand? They doing their job because they supposed to mislead you. You God's people and you're tied to the land. You cannot be alienated. You can only be sent astray by false preachers and people who claim they know things and teachers. You're going to end up in the same position where Rockefeller wants you. You're going to be in allegorical concepts of your past and time immemorial. You're not going to be dealing in the law, because what you think about your real history is you weren't nothing but a slave. So now you're just lost in Wonderland. Now we can subliminally implant you with false senses of history. Yeah, you was an African. Well, Africa was just created by way of corporation in what year? You couldn't possibly be in on Israel was just created. It can't possibly be the same energy you take at Israel just being created. Just know Africa was created then too. Woo, that hurt. I say, just know. I want you to know this tonight.
Not like this.
This is your black ass saying Israel was just created. Well, Africa was just created, just in the same amount of time. You just don't know. Washington, D.C. was just created. So get right or get lost or stay lost. It's up to you. These are allegorical witches and warlocks here to deceive you. That's it. As soon as they get to talking, it's going to lead back to what? It's always going to lead back to space and time in memorial. Say it with me. It's quantum physics. See, I got Albert Einstein. Beat, nigga. Yeah, E equals MC squared to you. Time and space. Okay, that's where you're going to be. Space and time immemorial. That's it. In Wonderland. As long as you stay there, you're submerged. Because that just so happened to be the gods of this world. And you're not going to understand this commercial law where your God doesn't exist. Do you understand that? So it's important to stay on a point, you know? KevRow.
This is what Richard Pryor was dropping on us in 1977. This is what actually has happened. Richard was telling us, this is what has happened to us.
Oh, he was telling us this is what happened to us.
Because as you become conscious and brother becomes conscious and as a community we become conscious, the Europeans who know this are beginning to realize. So they're trying to shut the door on us.
What you gonna do with it?
African people established the first dynasty.
I want y'all to
The
see
scene
this.
goes black.
I want y'all to see something.
Which means that was the blackout on the information for black folk to understand their history. This is what Richard Pryor was dropping on us
Watch
in
this.
1977.
I just saw something.
This is what actually has happened. Richard was telling us, this is what has happened to us. Because as you become conscious and brother becomes conscious and as a community we become conscious, the Europeans who know this are beginning to realize. So they're trying to shut the door on us.
Watch this. You see that? Now what's that behind that nigga head over there? Now you can't see it, but I'm gonna bring it out. See, I can see it because I expanded the view. Watch this. See, this is how you gotta do these things. What's that behind his head? You're gonna be surprised. I thought it was just a Negro. Look in the back of his head. Now, who's that back there? And press one. Now, don't that look familiar to you? Huh? What this really look like? A little Chinese man in the back of a head of a Negro. Press one. What that look like to you? I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. That look exactly like this damn picture. Press because aliens, the god of the aliens meet, man, and all that. Press one, and it's the same one to me. Press one, it never fails. An alien. Aliens is foreigners in space and time. Press one. You see that? You see that right there? Keep his mind on that right there, that monkey. Boom. Sounds about right. Asian man in the head of a Negro. Fine. In allegorical term, an alien from outer space. Invaded your shit. Press one. Are you distracted? Playing around with a mushroom. Opium is the drug. It's an opioid, LSD, death square. It's the federal government's only power over you is this product made directly from Japan with your black ass. Press one. Oh, you can't tell me nothing. We get to the basics of. We get to the smallest common denominator around here. Hit that like button and subscribe. See? It always goes back to the Wu-Tang Clan. Come on.
African people established the first dynasties in Asia. When you look at old paintings of Eastern Asian people, you can see.
I can see what?
The African ancestors.
That's a mushroom hat. Press one. That's a mushroom hat. What? Wasn't the monkey just looking at the mushroom? That hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Ancestry in their features.
The Japanese. were formed when
Look, Japanese was formed when Ethiopia what?
Ethiopians brought South Koreans onto the island.
Talk to me, King. Talk to me, King.
And combined with the original people there known as the Ainu. The Ainu now, you're going to find the Ainu in the Philippines.
Hold up. Them the ones that they was being. These are the.
Asian people, you can see the African ancestry in their features.
The Japanese were formed when Ethiopians brought South Koreans onto the island. And combined with the original people there known as the Ainu. The Ainu now, you're going to...
Who was them? Them the Dravidians. Who was them? Arabs. Black.
Find the Ainu in the Philippines. They're going to be called Negritos. You're going to find them in Vietnam. They're called the Champa or the Montagnards. You're going to find African people throughout the Far East. Very dark complexion, very curly hair, wide nose, thick lip. You will also find those
wide nose, thick lip.
Not like this. Not like this.
with straight hair. You will find those with a more aquiline nose.
Some of the first Buddha statues clearly had African features, classical African features. If you go to Thailand,
why are you using Africans here but denounce them for reparations? Press 1. This is what agents do. You see, magician. Oh yeah, the Africans want to travel here to the Americas and do things. There was an Africans here, according to you, Tariq Nasheed, before them. So what the fuck are you talking about? They don't deserve reparations. What, that just hit me. How, that doesn't even sound right, bro. That don't even sound right. That you would even go there. You don't deserve anything. Anything. Shout out to Yohanan R. Shout out to you with that contribution to this program. This is unbelievable.
if you go to Korea, if you go to Vietnam, you will see some of these statues up that has the classical African nose, classical African lips, woolly hair.
So to prove a point to sell a DVD, you will say anything. And then if you stumble across some more information, you will try to take from that, add it to your own personal FBA that doesn't fit, and then say, ha, African, you're not entitled to no type of reparations, even though you sat there and proved that Africans were here before Columbus. Now, make that make sense to me. KevRow.
We see that the founder of the samurai warrior, in Japan, was an African. We found that the founders of the ninja system was an African. In fact, in Japan,
he wasn't an African. He was a negrito. Press one, and he was from over there, Asia. You keep saying an African. Well, which African? Your dumb ass. Which African? Remember, there's many tribes. Many than one. Which African?
there's a saying that if you don't have a little bit of African blood, you can never truly be a samurai.
Martial arts was established by a black Dravidian who was living in southern India by the name of Bodhidharma. The Bodhidharma.
That's not our people, bro. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say a Dravidian? Your dumb ass. Press one. Didn't I say that? Y'all labeling these people black too, trying to identify your culture with this, and bro, there's pictures of these people. It's like, are you fucking evolved or not? Is man an ape still, or what the fuck is you talking about? This don't even look like no type of family member. This look like Jim Jones, like Capo and his daddy and his daddy. This is an Asiatic, Indian type of Asiatic people who try to blend in and wear like a braid, but you can totally tell. See, we got our lips. Press one. Wearing hip hop clothes and twisting your hat backwards and trying to figure out what type of style. Press one. When your coffee hot, how you drinking? Press, oh yeah. You make me like, yeah, say word, son. They be over there drinking they shit like European 21 Savage foreigners, son. Like they drinking tea. Press one. You gotta have lips to live here, nigga. Press one. That's how you can tell who's an alien. Press one. I reckon I vow to you today, the Lord Almighty don't got little slits in his face as lips like an alien. Press one. This land should not be alienated. He was talking about Jim Jones. Press one. Say word, son. Say word. Press one. Little lip bastards. Literally. Adoptees. Courtesy of the king. Press one. Hit the like button and subscribe. The red cross, the red crescent, and the red box is your God. Them the laws you follow. And of course, the laws of maritime, who in constitutional authority here. This is insane. I love every bit of it.
It was said that he walked from southern India into Asia, China, and on his way there,
that was a long way. Press one. He trying to hide it. Look.
There, he would study the fighting mechanisms.
You gonna walk there?
Of animals, and he used that as a form of self-defense for himself, and that's where martial arts started. There was another guy named Tigwai who was an original master of martial arts, and if you look at old paintings of Tigwai, this dude looks like Lionel Richie. So
when you get to the Tariq Nasheed part, it sounds the dumbest. Oh yeah, when you look at the old illusionary photos that somebody painted, yeah, he looks exactly like Lionel Richie. Joe smacking ass. Press one. Joe dumb ass. Press one. That don't make you more believable. It makes you sound like one of my sisters when they lying about a point they proving. No, I don't believe you. Try again. Get the fuck out of here. Try again, motherfucker. Who's the best liar keeping a straight face? With Vaseline on his lips, Tyreek. Press one. Sheesh.
Use that as a form of self-defense for himself, and that's where martial arts started. There was another guy named Tigwai who was an original master of martial arts, and if you look at old paintings of Tigwai,
that nigga do not look like motherfucker. He look like Brother Polite. Press one. The fuck? He look like who? I can't, bro. Niggas just say anything, and you black people are so dead and bones is so dry, in need of some ointment. Well, it's just hard. Where do y'all see what he's talking about anywhere? We ain't proved not 1 point. Jeez Louise.
Dude looks like Lionel Richie. So martial arts was really established in Africa.
Correction. Slap boxing was established in Egypt. Jeez, slapping you. Press one. This nigga, they just say anything. Fuck it. When you create a whole community of sonnetters and all of these people, you can do things like this. I got a
Even
conscience.
during
I
slavery.
wouldn't dare raise y'all up to believe those shit. I couldn't do it. You tell me why I'm not welcome? Because I just can't tell you this shit. Nah, I'll be like a crooked car salesman or insurance man. I never want them jobs that where you got to feel like shit and shake people's hands. It's gonna hurt. I just use deception with a smile. Kevin, you're getting good at making money. I like it. No, I hate that. Okay? I got a conscience. I couldn't possibly tell you what this was and who these Massa Musa. Come on, bro. Come on.
In Brazil, there's a form of Brazilian martial arts, which is African martial arts called capoeira. And what
African again?
They would do, the African slaves would practice this form of martial art and they would disguise it as dancing. When we
I gotta hear that. Hold up. My man, Tyreek, bro. Let's go, bro.
Be a samurai.
Martial arts was established by a black Dravidian who was living in southern India by the name of Bodhidharma. The Bodhidharma, it was said that he walked from southern India into Asia, China, and on his way there, he would study the fighting mechanisms of animals, and he used that as a form of self-defense for himself, and that's where martial arts started. There was another guy named Tigwai, who was an original master of martial arts, and if you look at old paintings of Tigwai, this dude looks like Lionel Richie. So martial arts was really established in Africa. Even during slavery in Brazil, there's a form of Brazilian martial arts, which is African martial arts called capoeira. And what they would do, the African slaves would practice this form of martial art and they would disguise it as
I gotta do this, man, before I get up out of here. But y'all are hilarious. That's why I can't do it with y'all history no more, bro. I retire, bro. I don't have to believe y'all no more, bro. I quit. I want out. Press button. No, man, you can't get out, kid, bro. I'm on out. This nigga head over here, y'all. Talking about slaves. They ain't friends. Look at that hat. This nigga. Press one. Which one of our slaves had this? Get out of town. These niggas is press one trying to teach British soldiers. And he's a cross-dresser right there. Look at this one. They just make up stuff. The odd fellow type shit.
dancing.
When we look at the early pictures of most of the deities of Asia, nearly all of them bore striking resemblance to the deities of the Nile Valley civilizations.
Oh, that don't make y'all question stuff. Let me ask y'all a question. The deities in China, that's funny, man. The deities way over there in China, they the same deities that's right there in Egypt. You don't think that's weird? Where this man eyelids at? See, I'm not doing this. You know who this is. Asian people. Press one. Stop, bro. Our people have eyelids, bro. Okay? I'm not finna do this with y'all. How you know, Kev? You can't see the eyebrow. It's almost a unibrow. And look at the eyelids. There are none. So when you talk about a race of people on earth that matches this, is going to be an Asian person. An Ethiopian and a Hindu and all this other stuff he said. Fine, cool, whatever. But their eyes is like that. Stop saying this is us. This the same place on Akhenaten, okay? Y'all believe in this shit. Let's go.
And even in their writings, you will see that even in Asia, not just Greece and Rome, but even in Asia, you see them paying tribute.
Nigga, we don't know what the fuck that say, bro.
Not like this.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We got some tattoos a long time ago. We didn't know if they was calling us niggas. Yeah, bro. Oh, niggas don't even know the ABCs by tip. A, B, this look like a bunch of divisions mixed with alphabet. Press 1, this look like a hieroglyph, if you ask me. Press 1, you do better trying to figure this out than them goddamn hieroglyphics in your Egyptology. You should have been learned Chinese. Press 1. Chinese, the only people who got language like people who live on the planet y'all talk about coming from.
Not like this.
Whenever I seen alien movies, press 1. Oh, no, fuck that. Let my sweater go. Press 1 whenever whenever I seen alien movies and they had to like enter a sequence of old shit back in before humans was around, it's always this one. Don't act like this. Don't be on y'all TVs and neon bright colors. Y'all be trying to enter access code. That's your old look. Yep. Why do you think the aliens look like the way they look? The aliens look like the Egyptians. And they say, oh, the Egyptians built the pyramid. I mean, the aliens built the pyramid. So the aliens was the Egyptian, and the Egyptians look like Asian people from the dynasty of Kim Swan. The aliens in America from George Washington perspective, final answer is the UFO people. Press 1. They the only ones walking around the earth. No, let my sweater go. Press 1. Acting like they doing normal things and shit. Just wait on the opportunity to get revenge for World War I. Press 1. Walking around picking up dog poop. I ain't never in my life. Fuck them dog shit. Leave it right there. The gardener better chop it up in that weed buzzer over there. Quit playing with me. What I look like? We ain't never thought of no shit like that. In our universe been clean since nigga we invented everything. You ain't never had to sit down and put a Ziploc bag on your hand and flip it inside out and mush the warm, hard. But what? Y'all only people do some shit like that. And put it in their back pocket. Tie it up. No, it ain't gonna spill. If I kick you in your ass, it's gonna pop. Press 1 with your dumb ass. You're gonna forget about it. Gonna get on the bus and sit down. Press 1. That's what's gonna happen to you. That's what's gonna happen to your dumb ass. And you don't go forget and go get on the bus and say, how y'all doing? No. Bird, nigga. Bird, your dumb ass. I smoke weed. I've been on for God. I had a bag full of shit in my bag. Man, we got on the bus. Hey, y'all, KevRow. You saw my YouTube video. Nice to meet y'all. Hey, yo, Kev got the bus smelling like shit. We ain't gonna tell nobody else, Kev. Don't worry about it if I got. Bro, he's all on the back of your pants, bro. Why you get on the bus like this one? YouTube must not be paying you. Press 1. All type of media and propaganda. Don't do shitty things. Press 1 shitty cuz in real life. I love this class.
Paying tribute to the spiritual systems and history that they had learned in Africa. In fact, the Asian spiritual system is probably
No.
closest approximate.
You see how he say that matches that? So he gonna place their spiritual system in Africa. No, nigga, the African spiritual system is Asiatic of the black sun. Fool. You no wonder why you fit the perfect Marxist propagandist.
To the traditional African spiritual system. From the one, you get many.
Oh, my goodness. You done made it up. From the one, you get many. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I ain't never heard this in my life. This is why I love our people. Because we don't really love Thanksgiving, but we love dressing. You know, that's my whole reason of going out today. Is to get some dressing. I ain't gonna lie to you, family. I'm gonna be talking shit the whole night. Do y'all know what this one is? The Indians didn't really press one. Oh, this one and that one. But at some point in time, we gotta tell the little kids Mickey Mouse ain't real. You know, shout out to Taj, E pluribus unum. Out of one, many. That is the Aryan motto.
Not like this.
Press 1.
Not like this.
So we doing it good? Hey, D-Jack, that dress would be fire. D-Jack had to comment like, hold on, that nigga right though, nigga. Ain't nothing like that dress that makes just one time a year, bro. But out of 1 minute, stay focused, class. Stay focused, bro. Stay focused. I know. I trust me. Trust me, I know. Stay focused. This nigga made my stomach hurt right now. She's like, oh shit, cranberry sauce. Yum. I felt like Homer Simpson. Donuts. So anyway, fuck. The Trinity, out of many, out of 1 many, which is on the back of all the Aryan races, either currency or some form of shape or form motto. This is the swastika. This is the altogether one. Okay? So let's continue to look.
Creator being manifested in all living organisms, be it a tree or a human being.
What? The creator being manifested in a what? Sir?
Writings, you will see that even in Asia, not just Greece and Rome, but even in Asia, you see them paying tribute to the spiritual systems and history that they had learned in Africa. In fact, the Asian spiritual system is
what the fuck was that?
Probably the closest approximate to the traditional African spiritual system. From the one, you get many, with the creator being manifested in all living organisms, be it a tree or a human being. That is fundamental to Asian thought, but it's also fundamental to African thought, which predated Asia.
When you go into these jungles in Bangkok, in the areas of Vietnam, when the Vietnamese, when they were fighting in Vietnam, they went into these temples, they saw nothing but these African faces. When they saw the black man dressed up like that, they thought that the Buddha gods had come back. All these black men dressed in these American faces, they were
Not like this.
Sir, what did you just say?
Not like this.
Wow. All these people looked in the, so now do you see that? That's when you gotta watch these individuals. You make sure you gotta listen, because although we have fun, you gotta say, wait, what? Because sometimes you gotta wait for the Floridian slip to occur within the people who like to talk. You see?
All of a sudden you speaking English now, huh?
A little.
A little my ass, you lied to me.
I didn't say I didn't. You assume I didn't.
Assume I kick your little Beijing ass right now, man. I ain't scared of you. I know you know that little tricky shit. Come on.
I'm not responsible for your assumption.
You full of shit. You understand that? You full of shit.
Not being able to speak is not the same as not speaking. You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
Press 1. Hit the like button. I like to watch them. I like to sit and drive my truck and listen to these niggas talk so I can pull my truck over on my video game and park and get out and say, damn it, did you hear that shit there? Press 1, write it down, and get ready to bring it to class. You feel me? That's the type of shit I do. I listen to these people, and that's when they tell you the secret. So wait a minute, what that got to do with America?
Them in the bush to these black faces, these black Buddhas, and when you go deeper into that information, you're only seeing black faces.
Look, now who the devil? So if you're following the laws, this is my point for today's show. You follow the laws of your God. Press 1. Do you see this? So who's the devil? Who's the jinn? Who's the demons? Your ancestors pray to who? They got you involved in Eastern. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Your God is of hell, fire. Oh yeah. This that old dragon that goes all the way back. What's their symbol? The dragon. Okay. Come on. They telling you who they are. I don't know why. If this was the scripture, you can identify them. If you knew who they were in the scripture, you would say, oh my goodness. That's why You're supposed to be able to find them in Scripture. And you say, wait a minute, and find out their atrocities, find out what they do, what they eat, and find out what the Eskimos eat. Tell you, find out the laws, find out who's transgressors of the law. So if you following, the state is your God, and you need a license to do illegal things. Yeah, you following the old Wheel of Time faith, babe, East Indian and Asiatic. So identifying their thoughts and what their black Asiatics, how they set out to mind control other dark melanated people, and they're up. Now you being on that side, you can't say I'm mad at Kev because Kev telling the truth. You got to do your research. Sometimes we find ourselves a part of things that you should be ashamed of. It's up to you to get out of that and start talking against. I've seen many shows back in the day where it was like former witch, our former Satanist, our former this is now speaking out, our former transgender, our former homosexual, our former this. I've seen many of that, and that shit still go on today. So you can be a former whatever and denounce whatever. That's the whole part about being spiritually emancipated from this world. A new birth. Press 1, because you're under the power of the state, which you became by way of genocide. You became a 14th Amendment citizen, made white, and we were made black in law. Dead. Controlled by the state, dead in law, owned by this deity here in allegorical imagery. This type of shit. So you got to be really on your point. You support the black sun and all of that, the rising sun and stuff like that from the Eastern philosophy, which is your death. Once you fall under their imperial rule, that's it for you and your lineage. That's why I be telling brothers, you pledge to this, this is hell. Your whole spiritual base, your state-based religion and the laws you follow is that of Satan itself. And Jen, go ahead, Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air.
Peace, Kevin Stars.
What up?
Hey, bro. Hey, so I was doing a little bit of research about the whole Blackmore thing, and it lines up and it relates to what's going on with this video that you're showing. But when I was looking for it, one of the things the main thing that it said, it was like decorative art, just like the Buddha heads that B was talking about, and all of these artifacts that have been left over apparently from like the Ethiopian Star or World Fairs and spread over around the world to be like discoveries of ancient past that you want that the people that they're trying to assign to the so-called black people after they took the Victorians' names. But
what you mean?
One
the seeking
thing
of a
that I wanted to bring,
seeking of an identity in a sense.
Yeah, because once you cut the people off from their history, and they don't have a head anymore, they gonna be essentially stuck in like you broke all this down, but I ain't catch it at the time. But they lost in time and space, and they constantly seeking for, you know what I mean, seeking
asylum.
To be whole, seeking to be holy,
seeking asylum.
Yeah,
seeking asylum.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's seeking asylum in the ward. It's seeking asylum. What's an asylum?
Well, give me a second. Let me read the definition. Yeah, the people are seeking refuge.
Yeah. Asylum. Asylum. They're seeking refuge and asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Asylum is the crazy house.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if the state is the asylum, then the governor is what?
Is the warden.
That's right.
or the custodian
of the
however you want.
There you go. So you had to expatriate yourself and then come back seeking what? Asylum, and became a 14th Amendment citizen.
Okay, so they killed you and then they brought you back.
And they brought you back. There you go. Right. And they killed you and brought you back. Brought you back to life, but you're dead.
Resurrected under a new law.
There you go. There you go. But Kevin Gillespie has found you dead. You've been lied to. Because you wasn't resurrected.
Right.
You're still dead. They were resurrected in your name, in our names.
Indeed.
In his name.
And they were given liberty.
That's right.
Liberty, liberty off of the ship.
There you go.
Gets liberty off of the ship.
There you go.
So coming off the island, and now they are repatriated.
Now we dead, and they have new what? BERTH, birth. They are birthed new life through where? Through where? The Virgin Semiramis, the Statue of Liberty. They coming right through her coochie, right? Yes, they being birthed right through Ellis Island, being right through the Statue of Liberty, which smelled like what? A furnace. So something is happening. You got that's right.
Flesh.
You got two things going on: a burning of the flesh, which is Baal. This is Baal worship, and a new creature being created. So in their belief system,
creature that came from the abyss.
They what?
That came from the abyss.
Talk to me, King.
The creature that came from the abyss, and it
That's
had
right.
chain. I felt those chains on the foot. Telling you right there, this is who we come from. We birthed out of these fraternal organizations and religious organizations. Oh my God, labor unions in the church.
There it is. IWW or World War I, depending on how
the Wobblies.
The Wobblies, the I felt all that was in conjunction.
Yeah.
What Master P say? Let me see you wobble. Let me see you shake it. The Wobblies. Come in with the ladies too, twerking and all that. That'll get your attention, right? And then boom. Go ahead.
Yeah, sleight of hand, and then it was the sleight of hand and switch things. And once you came to, the world was different.
Facts.
Zorro land, inverted.
Upside down. As above, so below. Go ahead. Law of the sea, which rise simultaneously. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I see it. I see it. Like the de facto, is a de facto government. Like the people are acting as agents of the government, but they are not actually the government. This is like, I get it when they say like kangaroo courts and stuff like that when they're coming up with these laws and handing out verdicts and decisions based off of legal issues and not necessarily lawful issues. Commercial stuff, basically.
That's right.
Commercial stuff.
There you go.
But I came across something called I was looking in the book P. Washington, the Tuskegee Institute, and everything like that, because I was looking how were they getting financed and things like that, and I came across something called the Rosenwald Fund. And it was interesting the year and the year that it ended. And I went into it a little bit. The Rosenwald Fund and the Julius Rosenwald Foundation was established in 1917. I found that year interesting because that was the same year as the Second Liberty Loans Act. And that's when they started talking about, like one of the things that was recently in the news was like shut down and raising the debt ceiling and things of that nature.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that.
If I'm seeing it correct,
so we can't see that.
Well, all right.
We can't see that. We're talking about Asians and Japan and all this.
All right,
I don't know where you going because we ain't
about to go
there. When we
it's about to go there.
When we went to trust law and all this. All right, go ahead.
All right. the history of it. Unlike other endowment foundations, which were designed to fund themselves in perpetuity, the Rosenwald Fund was designed to expend all of its funds and philanthropic purposes before the predetermined sunset date. Sunset date. It donated $70 million to public schools, colleges, universities, Jewish charities, and African American institutions before the funds were depleted in 1948. And that's the only reason I was going into the dates. But when you're talking about like the Asiatics coming over and getting funded, this is where they were getting their funding from. Because if you start clicking on the pictures of the people that was getting that were becoming fellowships or establishing fellowships with the fund, they are all Asiatic people. They not Victorian people, and that's the only reason I was bringing that up. But it also
Aryans.
Are Aryans.
Yes.
What you call them yesterday? Tartarians. Tartarians.
Yeah, Tartarians. Tethered Aryans. They're the tethered Aryans. That's what they are. The tethered Aryans. Yes. Because they all Aryans.
I found that interesting
by way of this monkey, this black guy who was disguised as one of us, but was one of them who stood probably 4'11". This is your Napoleon. This is him, bro. This is your Genghis Khan. Is all him, bro.
That's Swarty Pete though. You know them little lawn jockeys. That's what I'm starting to think that's what that represents, because those things are light bearers. They typically hold lights, and they are blackamoors. They are considered blackamoors, and if he the top blackamoor, that must be a representation of him, the light bearer for his people.
It must be. That must be.
But,
that was much why he got the donkey, the Judas, the betrayer. But honestly, who knows? Who knows? I'm just freestyling, but on some real shit. Relate this back to what we talking about today, because you know me, I get lost in this, and it'll be the end of that.
Trust me. All right. The reason I brought that up is it's like this is all related to like the CFR and the establishment of that, and they were getting like the George Washington, the Booker T. Washingtons, and the W.B.B. Du Bois, and other people, Madam C.J. Walker, they were all getting their funding through this, and that ended up leading into the CFR, that ended up leading into the Trilateral Commission. And I'm digressing, bro. So I'm gonna really just fall back because I do not want to distract, bro.
Okay, that whole experience was a distraction. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so the Dravidians and these folk, where was I? Somebody point me back in the right direction. Because I knew it. I said, where am I? Where are we at? I'm way ahead and I'm focused, and y'all call and y'all don't be on the focus of the show. We're on the Japanese. And then all of a sudden, y'all have these great inquisition, bright ideas about how you're going to change the subject and to link it from what's on the screen. Here we are. All this great information. All of it. And what did I just do? We stopped this show to do what? I'm sorry, I ain't really listening. I ain't really on the topic of the show today. I don't understand that. We're talking about some of the greatest distractive individuals out here, dealing with the jinn, Satan, where they shit come from, who got us ensnared, and here y'all come.
When you go into these jungles in Bangkok and
right on,
of Vietnam,
right on cue.
The Vietnamese, when they were fighting in Vietnam,
they
went into these temples. They saw nothing but these African faces. When they saw the black man dressed up like that, they thought that the Buddha gods had come back. all these black men dressed in these American faces, they were accustomed in the bush to these black faces, these black Buddhas. And when you go deeper into that information, you're only seeing black faces. You can go down into
well, you taking my conversation. We talking about Satan himself.
The tribes, but in the Bantu, you could look at them.
Where are you going? I told Taj to sit there and do not call this old boy. Yeah. Press 1. For what? Why did I say that? Because every time he do, it ain't got nothing to do with the allegory perspectives I'm breaking down in this scientific quantum world. He takes it where? Into things we ain't talking about. What makes it like a aha moment. Where you going? Where you going? We right here in class. We right here in class. So if we right here in class, there's no need to go into things that we're not talking about. See the difference between what I used to let people do and to what they do now? Every time you call, they go, you are a distraction. Every time. It never fails. That's why I let it go. I said, watch this. What that got to do with my topic? Oh, I ain't mean to digress. You keep digressing. Keep going further and further and moving on into the digression. Where are you?
And they have very high cheeks, and their eyes are completely slanted. So you can tell where the Chinese people actually ascended from.
We talking about the asylum. Press 1. We talking about the asylum, a sanctuary or place of refuge where criminals and debtors shelter themselves from justice, and from which they cannot be taken without sacrilege. Temples and altars were anciently asylums, as were tombs, statue monuments. The ancient heathens allowed asylums for any place of retreat and security. Yeah, any place for security. So we've been seeking asylum. Y'all been seeking asylum this whole time. This whole time. And the only way we exist in your world is through allegorical concepts of God and time immemorial, nationalized, historical nothingness.
Type of categorization of people as they're placed in the temple, but their purposes and what they were telling was different.
When racism rose, because racism was a system, and prior to the system of racism evolving as a necessary instrument for the maintenance and protection of the European genotype, Europeans, for many intents and purposes, I would say just about worship African people.
First 3 popes were black.
You had one named Saint Victor, you had one named Saint Gelasius, you had one pope named Saint Matthiades. There was another brother named Saint Benedict, who was a patron saint in Europe, well known throughout Italy.
Militatus was a black pope. Militatus was the pope during the Council of Nicaea.
And we've had these brothers who were worshipped throughout Europe and Italy, and we don't talk about it in America, but they're well known in Europe. You have one brother, Saint Maurice, who's a well-known martyr and a religious figure throughout Europe, and you see his statues all over the place.
Many of those who early on helped to formulate what is modern-day Christianity in Greece and Rome were also African.
When you look at Christianity, you're dealing with the Amen priesthood that's coming directly out of ancient Kemet. You're dealing with the rites and rituals of Osiris, the passion.
Told you, now this is Catholicism. All their nationalities, from Catholicism to Africanism, Egyptology, Allah, it's all ordained by the Pope. And by the Pope, humanity experiences love by way of the Red Cross. that love turned into what? We've been seeing this whole time. It had nothing to do with Jesus and what we thought of Jesus and nothing else. Their love and their humanitarianism is total annihilation, total genocide, Holocaust. Let's go.
Of Osiris, the idea of the resurrection of the dead and his son coming forward, Heru, as his living testament to his life. Aset, who the Greeks call Isis, is the essence of who Mary is. Nebetet, who is her sister, is who Mary Magdalene is. So that when you look at Christianity, I mean, even when you look at the word Christ.
Now, them ain't Africans right there. Them not Africans. You can tell those is the people you got and captured. You can tell who those people are right there. You can tell who those people are right there. That's a shame. From illustrations. They even got Christ right there. You can tell who they are.
Or karast. You're dealing with kares. Ka means spirit and rest means to rise. The Romans learned the Passion of Osiris through the Greek. And the Greeks learned it through the Kemites or the Africans from Egypt. So that it was just a retelling of the same story, superimposing things that they thought they knew. And that becomes what we today call Christianity. Judaism, that is Atanism. That comes directly out of the river Hapi or Nile. And that is why Moses himself was said to be initiated into the priesthood of ancient Egypt.
In fact, today...
Said to be, huh? This is where you end up in mystery, sad donation music, and fairy tale.
If you were to go to Africa and talk to the children who've been Christianized, they will tell you that their ancestors covenanted with devils, and this is why black people are in the condition they are today. So turn to Christianity, and of course you turn to the oppressor's religion, and then you eat the gruel that they give you, and at the bottom it says Jesus saved you. Of course, you're conditioning that person for another 1,000 years.
The falsehood of Christianity.
Does that make sense? Do that make sense now? These are your enemies who speak with a twisted tongue, a split tongue, right here.
Has taken a toll on black relationships, because really when women are taught, or women and men, but when you're taught as a female that God and Jesus is white, you're going to look at whites as somewhat of a savior figure.
No, we do not.
And you're going to look at the men in your life a little differently.
Try to just work on that more. We need to stop going to...
So the reason why they look at the men differently is because Jesus is white. And so because Jesus is white, black women look at men like what? They say anything to fit the benefit of profit and whatever else comes with distracting and destroying the minds of the people.
Church every Sunday, trying to get along with them and trying to get along with the people at home. Some people leave home mad, but they go to church and go in there, and then they love the pastor. And
they go to work too. They go to work. We also go do laundry. We also come outside, go to the beach, go to the amusement park, and smile too. It's just not church that we go to faking the funk like we ain't got no goddamn problem. We go to the store. We put these clothes on. We all do the same thing. Why single out going to church? Because that's your hate and your faith to be Antichrist. That's just what it is. To not be included in God's people. You trying to get me to believe that the white man's version or my enslaver's version of the scripture declassifies the scriptures. This stops the scripture altogether because the people who's holding that over a religion don't went crazy. That doesn't make God a liar. That makes that man a lying piece of crap. Just like guns and all the other things. It ain't the gun that kills, it's the idiot behind it. Well, that too with the scripture. Let's continue on. It's just always a constant attack coming from these Asiatic, black, Germanic communists, manifesto, Taj hat, flat cap, cut off folk who need me to deny God, to uproot myself, to become an ex and join one of their clubs of nothingness.
Love Jesus because there's no accountability. Jesus ain't gonna say, pull your dress down, come in off the street, go clean up the house.
Yeah,
you know
what? What? Are you crazy? I think that's just natural for women to do anyway. I think that's just VA, you in the building. What up?
Hey, what it do? What it do, Kev? How you feeling, man?
I'm blessed. What's going on?
Praise God. Hey, look, man. I mentioned this before. I even sent a link to your phone.
Mm-hmm.
This character, it's a character on Boardwalk Empire, Dr. Narcisse. This is the character that we're speaking of today.
What you mean? We ain't seen
it. This with this tethering thing, this transaction. It's not this transaction, but this whole thing with the UNIA and Marcus Garvey and these Asiatic black people. The character is Dr. Narcisse on Boardwalk Empire. In short, he's an immigrant from the West Indies. He comes into Harlem as like a theater director. And, he's not only a theater director, but he's like, he's coming with this new propaganda of the new black man. He references black man as a Libyan. And he's got like, you got to check this fucking character out. But in short, I see how they did it. These foreigners who have the same complexion of us came with this propaganda, this new thought of liberating us. And building us up. And but all the meanwhile, they was hitting us with the flim flam. So he came as his righteous character, but on the other
the flim flam, the flim flam,
the flim flam or the wham wham. He definitely gave the flim flam. And like I said, he dressed up like his righteous character, but on the other end, he was like bringing heroin into the black community. And so to tie it all together,
yes, sir.
I don't know if you noticed it now, but like Pennsylvania is, Philadelphia is like one of the most heavily affected cities that's back with heroin. Like they're one of the most heavily affected cities.
Yes.
And heroin and fentanyl.
Go ahead.
But at the same time, they are probably one of the most black, like they have the heaviest population of black Muslims.
Oh, okay.
Follow me.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
And so, people in the street know that a greater fraction of them dudes
Just up to doing bad things. As we say here, don't do bad things. So in Christianity, a lot of Christians disguise themselves and they end up being bad people. Same thing with the Islamic faith, especially in America where you got criminality so tied in with religious construct. We ain't believing nothing no more. Real people just staying out the way, and I understand, champ. Go ahead.
Yeah. So with that being
said, like, they old block Muslims. How's that?
Yeah, that's not accurate.
I'm trying to find the terminology, the balance between my urban conservatism. Go ahead.
Yeah, but so we add that to the equation, right? that's how you rob them of the trust. Not only no, with the drug, so with the drugs, you take them out the game, they listen, they better version of themselves. Two, they're getting locked up. So now they're in the system. So you find that's been going on for the last 120 years or the last 100 years. That's how we are where we at. You follow me?
By Death Square, LSD, opium, and Universe
Exactly.
25, and the mechanical mother, like my brother Ali brought up. Go ahead.
Exactly, but please, like I feel like this, you gotta see this character, Dr. Narcissus on Boardwalk Empire. This is Marcus Garvey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was about to say I got better. I got Sonetta, but I'll get you. I'm gonna watch it. What's the name of it again? What's the name of it?
Boardwalk Empire, but everything we talk about is like Boardwalk Empire.
I got you
for sure. Like from
these Moors. Let me ask you a question: are these Moors are the African accepted chimpanzee, and they are here to do what to us?
See, now that's what I found strange, because this image or this character's been around for a long time. This character is even behind the pictures of the white George, the white George Washington.
Well, of course.
The same character, that little black man in the fez or turban is everywhere. So, and it's been around for a long time. I think.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like that's part of the trust busting is to have, it's easy to call somebody. How can I put it? You don't suspect the enemy that look like you. It's the enemy you're not prepared for that always gets you, or the distraction that you're not prepared for is what always gets you. Just like chess, you can handle a loss, but it's the one that you ain't see that mess you up, and that's what it is. Like, these people look like us, and they play on both sides. So they come on this righteous side, and just like they've been doing this for a long time. They play off black people's emotions. That's how they always got us, really.
Okay. So okay, cool.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I'm saying like everything kind of tying together, but it's like the drugs are a crucial part of this equation, and it's been like the last.
I did a whole program on Death Square and how the drugs from these same communities that's dating back all the way back then were used in liquid format, in different alchemical ways, but all used to break the black man's to turn us into black people and turn us into criminals and outlaws and things of that nature.
So you tie that with the Asiatic black man, where that's where the Asiatic Asia, that's where the opium, the greater fraction of it came from. So I'm gonna imagine that these people who dressed up, as black people and came with this new propaganda, that was they came from that's where they came from. They brought the drug with them. They brought the propaganda and the ideology along with the drugs.
Well, that's good. It's easy to say, but breaking it down step by step it's easy to get to the conclusion, and that's how they did it. And they did it like this, but breaking it down and teaching it, now that's something else. Right now we're talking about asylum seekers and all that. So when we get to it, just be prepared. I appreciate you, King.
Well, when you mention asylum seekers, now this before you go, I just want to bring this part up. Maybe does this tie with the like Scarface? It's the same thing. It's refugees finding asylum in America.
Well, that's how they did it to us, because listen. What we're talking about is how they did it. How they did it to us, which allowed that to happen for the rest of the world. They excommunicated, expatriated, held hostage, and made them come back into their own nation under a federal authority. If not, be washed at the birth. We've been discussing that. Thank you, champion. Thank you for the call. Y'all got to stay up to point. We've been discussing that. Stay on point. Stay on point. Stay on point. It's easy to talk it, but when you walking it, it's something else.
Jesus ain't gonna tell them that, and if he do, they ain't gonna listen to that.
There is only one race on the planet, and that is the human race. And because of biological climatology, this race was born, nurtured, sustained, civilized, educated in Africa.
Sir, stop it. Stop it. What else came from there? We're with all of you discolored figurine. How you discolored figurine you. Name me a chair that was why. What are the inventions that led to anything in the great American society? Well, since our inception, we've been here inventing and all of these great things with our names and ourselves. You talking about forks and spoons, fool. Law, nigga. Basic shit like you didn't find out that a black man invented the folding chair too until that little event down there. Press what? Every time you look around, from the things you stop and go, from a door spinning for you to get in every courtroom, to a bank teller typing on a computer, to every illusion transmitter sitting above the star, you're gonna look at it, sister or brother, from right here. Hit the like button and subscribe. Why do they keep doing this?
And Dr. Clark teaches us that after they got their show together, then they took it on the road.
The origin of the name,
see, they speak in code.
Name Europe comes from a Phoenician goddess named Europa.
Here we go.
So the origin of the name Europe has an African origin, because the Phoenicians, we're still dealing with black African people.
Oh my goodness. Now, yeah, come on.
Canaanites and all that. When we talk about
Canaanites, Canaan law, look at the wizardry hats. Here we go. So their allegorical concepts is their, let me get this straight. Their allegorical gods and concepts is their time in memorial historical record. They're proving that their gods, and this has been going on since, both are false. Their gods are not only not in the heavens, but their history is backdated, starting at the 0 point in the 1900s. And they started backdating this. This don't look like nothing that was created in fucking 4 BC. This is all laser cut. The Asians do this to this day. If you come to LA, they got buildings out here with this shit on the side. But look at the wizardry hat, them Taj hats. They're Phoenicians, magicians, alchemists, scientists. We dealing with the laws of Moses versus the magicians. This goes back to the green pastures. You was dealing with the Moors and the magicians and Egyptologists. I told y'all to go watch that. You're dealing with, see, you can identify them once you know what it is. You can say, wait a minute. They getting you with terms like black. I'm letting you know their political practice and their spiritual practice, so you will know they're just Aryans. And their belief system come from ancient Phoenicians, which is backdated, which is them. And ancient Canaanites, say it brought you, we talking about Canaan law. He just sent me the PDF download. Say it ready to go. He just sent me the PDF. Kev, you got to check this shit out. You're dealing with Canaan law. The Bible talks about all this. The Bible talks about the Moors being enemies to Moses. That's why in green pastures, they made it that way. They are enemies to the law. They're more caught up in the scientific theory that God doesn't exist and end up proving in time that God does exist. And they cut themselves off. Damn.
Phoenicians, we're still talking about black folks.
The first Europeans were a group of Africans called the Grimaldi, who had migrated from Africa.
Oh my goodness. The first European
to Europe between 40 and 60,000 years ago.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. How they get all of these years in the same time frame and different people is amazing to me. Each one of these people got a different 40,000, 30,000 story.
And in the process of evolution, many of them lost the Africoid genome.
What did he say? In the process of what? Hold up. Hold the fuck up. The process of what?
Science and all that. When we talk about Phoenicians, we're still talking about black folks.
The first,
told you what attitude do they got? Phoenicians worship Baal. I want y'all to know the spiritual practice of these people.
Science and all that. When we talk about Phoenicians, we're still talking about black folks.
Huh? Huh? Don't they still got the same faces? Huh? Look at Moore's World TV in the front. Look at Sarnetta. Look at the magician hat. Look at the look, it's right there. Right there. Right there. Look at the no mustache. No ear. It's right there for you, champion. Hit that like button and subscribe.
The first Europeans were a group of Africans called the Grimaldi, who had migrated from Africa to Europe between 40 and 60,000 years ago. And in the process of evolution, many of them lost the Africoid genotype.
You lost the Africoid genotype by the process of evolution. And then before this, you was a monkey. Before this, you was a monkey. Could you believe that? You was a monkey. Go ahead.
And phenotypical features, and then went on to look more European-esque. You even see in pre-racist Europe, Africans and Europeans living side by side. In fact, a lot of European families have a African background that they don't like to acknowledge.
Queen Charlotte, she was a woman of African descent, and this
was a Queen Charlotte is right here in the America's fool. That's Charlotte Hornets, Queen City, bro. Press 1. She was a light-skinned queen here, bro. Here. You know, dang African. She would have looked at you, slapped the shit out. What the fuck is an African? She was a high yellow, what you would call an African American whose heritage was stolen. Okay, fool.
Well known throughout Europe. There was another guy, King Charles. Many people say that he has an African origin as well, that he has African ancestry. King Charles was referred to as the black boy growing up because he was so dark. And they have pubs over in Europe now called the Black Boy Pub.
No, wait a minute. They ain't got nothing to do with King Charles. The Black Boy Restaurant.
The Black Boy Inn, which refers to King Charles.
Sir, which refers to a dead state. The black boy, the dead boy. What's wrong with you? Fucking agent of confusion.
There's also knowledge about King Charles being a descendant of the De Medici family.
Who?
The De Medici family out of Europe, out of Italy. They're known to have that African bloodline as well. One of the De Medicis, Alessandro De Medici, who was a ruler in Italy.
I don't believe it.
You look at pictures of him, this dude looks like Ryan Leslie. So you can see that.
That nigga look like a young Turkish boy, Palestinian boy with no shoes on. Trying to get help from the Red Cross, fool. Stop trying to make us everybody.
African bloodline running through a lot of these people of royal descent. There were blacks in Scotland. There was one black Scottish king named Kenneth the Dub. There.
Nigga, you's a dub, nigga. The fuck? Africa didn't exist there, fool. Africa didn't exist when, damn, King George was around. Nobody believed in no incorporated state, dead estate called Africa that has been incorporated by the Lloyds of London in 19 what? They didn't even hear about it. Agent. That's what they are. Agents.
Figurines of and carvings of black Scots.
The Celtic Druids was the African priesthood that had gone into Europe and had inhabited the islands of what we today call Ireland, inhabited what we today call so-called Great Britain, Scotland, and Wales. It inhabited Holland, inhabited Denmark, was all up in there.
Many Greeks and Romans were biracial, to use a modern term, which they didn't use back then. They were biracial. Their look, okay, could not readily on the surface be absolutely identified.
They look sleepy. They look like Moore's World. Okay? Just because you see this is another Asiatic woman. Press 1. Another, they talk about everything in illustration. And then they go, come on, I dare you. Y'all notice that? Everything is by way of illustration. Pictures.
Inauguration of George Washington.
Look.
It looked like a Masonic ritual.
Look.
Individuals that are going to be here and establish culture in this part of the world. Evidence of Africans in America.
Everything is illustration.
Now, this is a man who did not set out to write a book on African presence in America. He just was honest enough to record what he found. He finds coins with African heads on them. He finds vessels that people drank from with African heads. You have a gentleman by the name who is transcended. His name was Alexander von Wootno. When we went to Mexico to study with Dr. Van Sertima in 1984, we went to his museum, his studio. He showed us over 60,000 artifacts.
Dr. Who? Another German Jew.
That were African in nature. Not just brought from Africa, but built in America, revering Africa.
Mansa Musa, who became, what's his name? Montezuma. So Mansa...
Sir.
Musa was actually Montezuma, and he...
Look how he gave Montezuma a whole new identity from Mansa Musa.
Was a Mali king who came over here with the flotilla of 200 ships, Abu Bakr II. He sent a flotilla of ships, 200 of them, in 1306, and then again in 1311. And together, that constituted 500 ships that sailed here from the west coast of Africa.
You know what's funny? That's called the Great White Fleet. Type it in. Type that in. The Great White Fleet. Type it in. Type it in.
There was also a map called the Walser-Muller map. And this map was considered the first map to have the name America in it. This map was sold to the Library of Congress for like $10 million. When they found the Walser-Muller map, Walser-Muller said that they basically made the map out of things that were comprised, or maps that were comprised and left over by the Egyptians. A lot of people don't know that the state of California was named after a mythological black queen called Queen Khalifa. Now the original...
Hold on. Go ahead, man.
You know, California Indians, if you see them, the California Indians clearly look black. The Ohlone Indians, if you see paintings of the Ohlone Indians out of California, you couldn't tell them from an African tribe.
So why are you telling Africans they can't? Press 1, they didn't have names back then. You're an opportunist. It's an opportunist approach to reality, to a false sense of reality, to an illusion story. And again, it's all based off of illustration. He went from African to Asian to Indian. Y'all see that? From African to Asian to Indian. They go from African, Asian to Indian. And they work in tandem. It sounds like they're going forward, but they're going back. That's how that wheel works. You can go either forward or backward. Let's go.
You look at the original paintings of the Mojave Indians. You couldn't tell them from an African tribe.
You couldn't tell them from Dravidians. Okay.
These were clearly...
from India. That's where. We didn't have haircuts like this. And we believe in God. And at the time these pictures were even drawn, nigga, we was driving around in electric cars already and using telephone in our cars and stuff. What's wrong with y'all?
Dark-looking people who had some type of African bloodline.
They didn't need us to be blacks and Africans so bad. They just manipulate time and just be like, oh yeah, look at this picture. Oh, is a poor person. Oh, see, we were caught in Africa like this one. Get the fuck out of here. Press 1.
A lot of the founding of America was based on Moorish science. If you see,
nigga, stop it. The founding of America was based on stupid, you asshole. The laws of Moses. Then we get the Superior Court, and you dealing with the law, the Aaron's rod, baby. Mr. George Gillespie. Press 1. We argue things by way of scripture and become the first people to vote, first people to do things by enacting and invoking God in replace of these stupid amended laws that you are bounded by, fool. I love every bit of it. They love George Washington Mason. Mason only means builder, and he built it all. And had nothing to do with your little sciences because you ain't built nothing. If your sciences work, no, let my sweater go. I wonder if your sciences work, you would have built something with your sciences. Press 1.
Not like this.
But you ain't built shit.
Not like this.
Yeah, but you ain't built shit. You ain't got nothing to show for yourself but a red hat and a little miniature car on Martin Luther King's birthday. Right now on Crenshaw Boulevard. Press 1. That's not going to cut it here, champion. You need that work. The Mason means a builder. You're not that. You're a Shriner. You ain't built nothing since you been here. Only thing you keep talking about is the sciences that was used to build something. Never mind the trial and error. Never mind the money. Never mind nothing. You niggas just wake up and act like you can just take ownership of shit. Just minds of scoundrels. Press. You got that one, scoundrel. You niggas. What? There was a Mason. It goes back to Moorish Science Temple and this one and that one. The Moors didn't get here to win. 19 what? When they Noble Jew Ali is the initial start, right? No, we gonna get this right when we gonna incorporate this nonsense.
Not like this.
Press 1. See? Sounds like world fairs and fairy tales. Well said, Shiva. Sounds like world fairs and fairy tales. George Washington stood like this. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Yeah, when they drew that, man, he was standing there just like that for 8 hours so they can take the picture. Press 1. I'm tired of these niggas.
Paintings of the inauguration of George Washington, it looked like a Masonic ritual.
How you gonna have a painting of the inauguration of George Washington when George Washington was the king, the emperor, fool? Oh yeah, he just had an inauguration. An inauguration like a presidential? Get the fuck out of here. This nigga didn't need no damn inauguration. This nigga was riding with the Continental Army, fool. This nigga, you saw that shit. What in God's name is this? That's the man who let us live here, who they detached us from the corporate papacy. Rome, that's him. He freed us. Him? Yeah, he freed us from who? The Pope and them. And the Russian czars, the bankers. Yeah, they kept us enslaved. We didn't even have shoes. Now we emancipated. He let us live here. That type of shit. Press 1. Get back to work. Get that like, but they just make up fantasies, fallacies, world fairs, and fairy tales. Let's go.
So again, Masonry is based on Moorish science. So
we got to get out of Masonry. So we got to get out of Moorish science temples. We got to get out of, you can't get into heaven in Masonry, Moorish science temple, Shriner, and friendship agreement to be a dead person in slavery servitude. Thank you, sir. You're not a good person. You know, you can't even get into heaven as a Moor. You're going to tell God, I was with the people who genocided your people out of existence. Where do you come from? The other side of the planet. What are you doing here? What you going to do? Damn. So you hear him. Okay. Their American system is made from the more, and we already know when exceptions. These are your betrayers here. These are your betrayers.
Have these Moorish advisors around them. If you look at old paintings of George Washington, you will see George Washington standing next to a black man with a turban. And remember, when you see the black man with the turban, that's a Moor. That's not a slave. See, people automatically assume that black is slave, but slaves didn't wear no turbans because
you see?
Remember, slaves weren't allowed to practice no Islam or any other kind of religion except Christianity.
They weren't allowed to practice Christianity. I mean, it was only allowed to practice, that's right. In Great Britain, that's all you got was God, the law, and order. All of the, what else is you got? What else do you want? Well, you can go with them over there, but they're with the Lloyds of London, the robber barons. Press 1. The cradle robbers. The people who traffic children. These are these niggas. Take this child. Take this child. We got it. Gotta go.
So when you see that turban, that's a black man. And there's a few pictures.
When you see the turban, that's a black man. But if you ask him more, you're going to say that's not a black man. Black in law is dead. That's a sovereign Moroccan who's in treaty with the French, George. Press 1 to get them. So they're working together. This is how they operate in confusion. And you always get left in wonder. Like, that don't sound entirely, because they always tell you a lot of truth, but the things that need to be changed to change your perspective is altered, and it takes you on another course. That's why it's important to have a great open-minded teacher. Losers, press 1.
Of George Washington and other people with Moors or black men with turbans.
He just told you they with the French. They're with the whitewashers. They're with them. Well, they told you. He just said they're not slaves. They're with the French. The George Washington they got up is not George Washington. That is a fucking French commander or some shit. These are your enemy, and they was with them. Those are the Confederates of Jamaica. These are Barbados. These are all these different. They come from, they're different nations of mixed people of Dravidians, Romanians, all north, east, west, south of the Middle East. Press 1, as Donald Rumsfeld say, northwest, east, south of there. Press 1. And they have no faith and no connection to God. Morality concerning this and no respecter of law. They're wild. And they worked in unison with the French to overthrow you while simultaneously stealing your birthright to become 14th amended dead citizens. And their job is to convince you to stay there. And it's up to you if you believe me or not. You can go verify and Google everything that you think I'm lying about or telling the truth. And Google. Your God is going to tell you, Google, that nigga Kev is on fire. Press 1. He freestyled the whole thing. Hit that cash app. Cash tag is Gil's Gang as I order my lunch and continue this great explosion on I don't even know what to call this. This is like a complete breakdown. Let's go.
Standing next to him. When you see that, just know that those are Moors. The Lumbee and the Melungeon people, these were an Aboriginal tribe of people who were living in the Americas, and they came over, and a lot of people...
The Melungeon? What?
Man with the turban, that's a Moor. That's not a slave. See, people automatically...
You see he got his hand in his vest? The same hand that Marcus Garvey? Same old stuff. This is a legion. This is old legion, old secrecy nonsense. Go ahead.
Assume that black is slave, but slaves didn't wear no turbans. Because remember, slaves weren't allowed to practice no Islam or any other kind of religion except Christianity. So when you see that turban, that's a black man. And there's a few pictures of George Washington and other people with Moors or black men with turbans standing next to him. When you see that, just know that those are Moors.
So they're not slaves. So the Moors was with them to overthrow and enslave us. Is that what you say? No, just go ahead and say it. No. Yeah. When you see George Washington them killing all the Indians and enslaving and with slaves and with niggas and Africans, those was Moors. Either way, how dumb can our people be? You're admitting it's you. And you're openly admitting it's the people's perception of you, that's all. They're openly admitting this.
And the Melungeon people,
early citizens of
these
color.
were an Aboriginal tribe of people who were living in the Americas.
This is an Aboriginal tribe of people who was living in Americas. Do y'all hear this? This is a man in blackface.
Not like this.
No, let my
Not
sweater
like
go.
this.
This is a man in blackface, family. Listen to me. This is a man in blackface. And if you're not smart, then you let these people say anything. These men took a white man in blackface, put him on the camera, and said an Aboriginal. So when the Prince of Pan-Africanism said that you would allow white people in before you let Africans, was he not telling the truth? That's why I like when the snake eats his own tail, because you're caught in the catch-22 fuckers. That's fun. So you would rather a nationalized Dravidian Indian folk come and pose as Indians and give them reparation. And as he said, whose status is white, allow them reparations over your African brother? And I'm sons and daughters of sovereignty and freedom, and the king of the republic sitting back and watching them both say these things like, what the fuck are they arguing about? Both of them can go home. But to allow a black power nationalist, and they always out to get me, for him to put up a white man in blackface.
They came over, and a lot of people act like they don't know where they came from.
I thought you said they was Aboriginal. So why would they came over? See, a professional liar. Well, I thought you said they was Aboriginal. Who was it? Never mind. And why would they have came over?
They were classified as free people of color. And there were other groups called Red Bone.
Listen to
in the Americas.
The white man in blackface was now as free people of color? Interesting. I told you about that black shoe shine that they use to turn themselves into white, black, and Indians. Let's go.
And they came over, and a lot of people act like they don't know where they came from because they were classified as free people of color. And there were other groups called red bones. This is where we get calling a light-skinned person a red bone. These are old terms, and these people had come over before Columbus. They've been over for a long time. And again, the Melungeons were almost classified as black or Negro, but they called them free people of color. And in some circles, they did classify the Melungeons and the Lumbees as Negro. Abraham Lincoln's mother came from a Melungeon background.
Boom.
And people were very aware of this back then. When they were running against Abraham Lincoln in the campaign, his opponents would use that information and try to use it against him. Because remember, back in those days, in order to insult somebody or in order to stain somebody's image, you just had to say they were Negro, or they were mixed with a Negro, or they had a Negro background. And they would do that with Abraham Lincoln. There's old
Abraham Africanus. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
Or they were mixed with a Negro, or they had...
Do y'all see that? This is who freed the slaves, remember? No, he enslaved you. His plan was to get you to Africa. He would never free the slaves. He enslaved you. He took you from a free sovereign and turned you and made you worth and put you on and made you a penny stock and told you to invest in Liberty bonds, which was the portal and the gateway for these folks. A high theft. But here go Africa right here. Here's Africa right here. Didn't he say it was made